What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some playoffs with us. Let's go.
Let's go. This ain't the fuck like this game, he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. This is Monday Morning Quarterback on A2D Radio. Every Monday, we are brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. Find FanUp right in the Apple Store. Go download it. Soak it in. Win some money. Come challenge us. Love a good challenge. I accept everything. I accept every challenge that's ever put across my desk. Boom, accept, and we'll take our chances. So come go against me. Go download FanUp and make sure you use that promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. The family out there. Oh, man, it feels good now. Feels good. There's a lot of hate that's going on social media. A lot of people that are like angry. It's like angry that a team overachieved and went to the playoffs. So we have a lot to talk about and unpack in terms of what are we becoming as a fan base. There's a lot of fanboys. A lot of fanboys that like certain players or fall in love with certain things. And when them things aren't here, they don't hold on, let's regroup and become an Eagles fan again. All right, let's become an Eagles fan again. So I got to talk about some of these things later on the show. We were going to do a free jersey giveaway, but I was literally like Frank Lucas handing out turkeys in American Gangster to like everybody last week. I think I gave away 3. So that being said, waiting for more to come in. I don't like giving them out until they're in. So once they hit my desk, again, I'll use that one. Once they hit my desk, we'll have a jersey giveaway probably next week. NFL biggest winners and losers. We do it every Monday. We'll do it again this Monday while we still can. And then we'll turn into other winners or losers just around the sports landscape. Buy the numbers with Ralphie. That should be riveting. Can't wait for that one later on in the show. Potential playoff opponents, and that's going to be sort of where Ralphie comes into that one, but we'll go over it. But it's so hard. Like my father called me earlier. Like, Tom, I mean, it's so great. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, who are we going to play? I said, I don't know. Well, we could play this. I said, listen, they're all jumbled up. I don't know. I don't understand. There's too many tiebreaker situations that go on anymore. All right. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But we'll talk about maybe some of our opponents. And obviously next Monday, we'll know who our opponent is and we'll really dissect it. Our main topic at hand, Eagles clinch a playoff spot. If that doesn't get you excited, when people talked about 5 wins out there, if that doesn't get you jazzed up and get your hands a little movie, then I don't know what will. If that doesn't give you a little chub, right? I'm not asking you to be rock hard. Nobody's running around asking you to freaking kick all windows and doors in with it. Okay, but we're just telling you got to feel a little bit down there. You don't feel nothing below your waist, nothing at all. Because I mean, listen, nobody expected this. Nobody expected it. And we're here. And we're going to talk playoff football. Man, we're going to talk about there might be 25 guys missing this Saturday in a meaningless game. So I don't want to say it. I wish them all the best, but it couldn't have came at a better time. All right, just somebody lick Jalen's face right now. Somebody just go lick Jalen's face right now. Let's have him have his off week, really get the ankle right, and we're ready to go.
Last dose of Minshew mania.
Last dose. Oh my God, he might come out and throw 14. I didn't even think about that. He might come out, sling it, throw 14 against the Cowboys, and we win.
Poll question next week: should it be Minshew against the Cardinals? Agree or disagree?
There's only one person in the country that would say yes to that right now, and his name is Greg Mwakovic.
Yeah, there you go.
and we're lucky to have him here. Jay, already, I didn't even get. Wow, I didn't even get to the poll yet. Jay Kills super chat, and we appreciate you, brother. He said, now that the Eagles are in the playoffs, I hope what's left of the stubborn, out-of-touch Carson Wentz fanboys can appreciate what this season means. A complete success. Jay, couldn't have said it better myself. Was a Carson guy when he's here. When you leave here, I'm no longer a guy. You're not my guy anymore, right? And I don't wish anybody bad luck, but you're just not my guy anymore. So you turn over on who your guys are, and you say, we're going to go to war with these guys. And here we are. Jay, appreciate it. Eagles ties right into our poll question brought to you by Manscaped. And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. The winner's here, all right? Doesn't mean you don't take care of your property. All right? That's all I'm telling you. Doesn't mean you don't go take care of your property. Go take care of yours and use promo code A2D to get 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped. Our poll for tonight's show, Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles proved you wrong. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Download, subscribe. Even on Facebook now, they have the podcasts that come up after the fact. We're everywhere, live, podcasting, whatever you want to. Andrew, already
day.
You guys.
Today's a good day.
Generous after a win. Look at you. Look at the family. Andrew, appreciate it, brother. A new YouTube member. And you can become a member, $9.99 a month. Get you in the Jersey member giveaway every week. It gets you picks from Nate Moss on Money Pot Podcast. Get your Willie Vegas daily fantasy advice. Get you a little bit of everything. To the poll, there's ways I can look at it. Like, I can say agree to some things, like, Jalen to a point, but I'm going to disagree that they proved me wrong, because this was the formula how you could get the 9-10 wins and find yourself in the postseason with an extra team allowed into the postseason this year, expanded playoffs, right? And the fact that your division stunk. These are all things we talked about before the season even started. Division's not good, right? So you got wins that you could get there. Your schedule's a last place schedule, right? So you have that. So you have a lot of things in your favor. Still doesn't take away from you going to the postseason. But if you ran the football and we're a top 5 rushing attack, like obviously they are, right? And you had minimal injuries. Minimal, right? Not ideal if you told me that no Brandon Graham, and no Brooks all year. I'm not ideal. I want to tell you that's ideal, okay? But at the end of the day, that's really it. And that's the positive. It hasn't been, a bunch of guys getting their legs chopped off, right? So you've been fairly healthy. So in reality, like, they didn't prove me wrong. Did I really think that they were a playoff team? Man, that was like everything had to go right. And at 2-5, I agree to the poll, because at 2-5, you proved. If you say they didn't prove you wrong, then you're an asshole. They proved everybody wrong. Okay, I mean, we were started talking about top 5 picks, so they proved everybody wrong, and that's where they really. You people can say they proved you wrong, but before the year, I'm gonna stand firm on that I disagree, because I thought Jalen could do enough things with his legs and his arm outside the pocket that you could have some explosive plays, etc. But he's proved me wrong in season as he continues to grow week by week, right? I think he's doing a better job throwing the football as these weeks go on, especially after the Giants hiccup, right? So there, I'll say that Jalen proved me wrong. I've been clear on that. Like, he's gotten better now to the level I need him to be. No, but he's still gotten better. He still shows me strides. And to be a playoff team, he's here next year. He better sure hell be. All right. And you hope for that junior year big time jump up from him. That's what you hope for in the passing game. But I think he's gotten better. And so all those things, I disagree. They didn't prove me wrong. Family out there, let us know. Where'd you have him to start the season? Where do you, it's fine to be wrong, right? We're all wrong in this game. So where did you have them? And did these guys prove you wrong? Because it's time to come out and say they did, right? I mean, because they did to all of us, right? I mean, Nick proved me wrong, right? Jalen proved me wrong. to a point, not like egregiously prove me wrong, to a point. But the team overall, I still thought had enough talent on it in a weak division to find themselves, around the 10 win mark and be in the postseason. So I don't want to come on now and say, oh, I agree. They proved me, you know what I mean? They did on certain things. Absolutely. They proved us all wrong. Donovan, thank you, brother. Playoffs, let's fucking go.
Thank you, Donovan.
20-piece nugget. Look at you. Look at your fucking 20-piece nugget.
Tom, we talked about this, right before we came on the air. And I just want to, I want to confirm to everybody at home, because I see people in the comments. I saw people before, Tom even started talking, oh, you were wrong about Jalen. Yeah, a lot of people were. But to Tom's credit, and a lot of people took shots at us and mostly him before the year. It's like this entire year could be summed up in 3 H's, not Triple H the wrestler, but 3 words that begin with an H. Before the year, if you had us going 9 wins, like I did, 10 wins, like you did, Tom, some people had 11 wins. Even if you had us in the playoff picture, we were called what, Tom? Homers, right? Then, during the middle of the season, when you're 2-5, especially after that Raiders game, you had some questions. We all had questions about Jalen Hurts. We were called haters. Also begins with an H. It doesn't matter if you were called, or if we were called homers before the year, or haters during the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season. We're just happy today. Can we just be happy today? Because regardless of if we think Jalen Hurts is going to win Super Bowls when we're in that picture, or if we thought Jalen Hurts was going to be a playoff level quarterback like we are obviously this year, which I didn't, by the way, which I'll get to in a second. It doesn't matter what this team was supposed to be before the year, beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. What matters is for this first time in a long time, and I would go as far to say we didn't even have this in the Super Bowl year in 2017-18, because even in that final week, we had some stress because we didn't know if Nick Foles was Nick Foles yet, and we had the, should Nate Sudfeld play, whole debacle. So we had a lot of questions going into those playoffs. We have a full week from now to obviously Dallas, which really doesn't mean anything unless you're really obsessed with the 6th seed, which I'm not personally. I'm just speaking for me. We have a week to enjoy, reflect, and then we have another week going forward where we get to go into a playoff atmosphere. I said before the year, I thought we would have 9 wins, but come up short in the final couple weeks. I saw us losing either against Dallas if we needed to next week or losing against Washington this week. And I said, listen, if we're sitting here late December, early January, and we're saying Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback of a playoff team, if Nick Sirianni is the head coach of a playoff caliber football team and if they're in the playoffs, I would be the first one to say the following. I was wrong, and I'm extremely happy I was.
But what are we wrong about though? That's to this poll, right? There's a reason I wanted to go this way. Because are we really wrong now? What are we wrong about? I mean, they're 9-7, okay? And they finally found a formula that works. But in terms of Jalen, are we wrong? I don't know if anybody's right or wrong about Jalen yet. That's an unknown. That one we don't know yet. I get it. There's I don't care about having beaten the team with a winning record, but in terms of throwing the football. Right. I mean, there's still some question marks, and that's just being fair, right? That's just being fair, and I hope he continues to grow. But to have some criticism on Jalen, I think is as a winner is one thing, right? I think the guy's a winner, and I love that about him, right? And he's going to play winning football. So that being said, I don't think I'm wrong on him on that side, right? Throwing the football enough. I don't think anybody's really wrong with having still concerns right now, even though he's continued to look better if you're watching a whole game, right? If you're really paying attention and you're watching, he's continued to look better. So I don't know, to that conversation, I don't know if there's anybody that is wrong on Jalen Hurts just because his team's in the postseason. No, because remember something, it's not getting in's getting in, but he ain't 12-4 right now.
No.
Or 12-5, right? You're not that record right now where like, oh, we proved everybody wrong because nobody had us here. There was people that had 9, 10 wins. There's people that thought you were a playoff team like myself, right? So there's people out there that thought you had those makings. So it's not like, go win me a playoff game.
Yeah.
Right? You win a playoff game. Now, some of the things in the comments go away real quick. Hasn't beaten a team with a winning record. Hasn't done these things. Fine. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. Easy money. I'm not saying you're wrong because that's factual, right? Still winning a lot of football games, though, right? Since the 2-5 start. Let's be fair there. It's hard to do that. Really hard to do. So wait, if they win a postseason game, then you can start having a conversation, right? That he's now proving us wrong in terms of being able to be a franchise quarterback. Because franchise quarterbacks usually are advancing most of the time. Advancing. So, and then you're going on the road to do it. So, right, there's ways he can still prove people wrong on some question marks. Like if he throws the ball like he did in the second half this past week, or like he's done the last 2 weeks. If he can throw the ball like that, right, and throw it enough and have some big chunk plays in there, right, I think then, and we win a playoff game, I think then he can quiet a lot of people on who don't believe he can be a franchise guy. I'm the guy, I just want to make this clear. I'm the guy sitting in the middle, waiting to find out. I'm literally in the middle of Jalen Hurts. There's things I really like about him, and there's things that are concerning about him. And we all got to hope that the things that are concerning he can grow on. But in terms of being right or wrong about him yet, that I think that jury's still out. Like if we won a Super Bowl yesterday, like if we cut, you know what I mean? If we cut the Nets down, then we have a big time conversation.
Oh yeah, no, and that's
if we're wrong on Jalen Hurts. The Eagles, different conversation because not many people had you, being 9, 10 wins. So it's how you sort of get there too, which is how guys can prove you wrong, right? Like, you know what I mean? He's done all the things we all thought he could do.
Well, to be honest, like I don't, and again, this is just me. I'm not on the level where people are like, and I see it. I actually see more negativity in the comments than I really thought, even in Philadelphia. Like people were saying, "Oh, well, we've literally beaten all losing teams. Oh, that should be a concern." No, you know what's not a concern for me? It has nothing to do with that. It would be a concern for me if I came in before the year expecting us to go to an NFC title game or a Super Bowl. Then I'm like, oh, well, that's going to be a concern for the playoffs. They're giving us extra football. You don't understand? This is a rebuilding, or to the GM's words, a retooling year. I'll take all the
right words, really, because it's not even just because it's a rebuilding year. It's the hope, Rye. It's the hope. This is what people don't understand. Doing this fast, right, brings so much hope and excitement for us too, and what we do, not only as fans, but moving into the next year, right? So the draft becomes more exciting because you are a playoff team and you have these assets, right? The free agency becomes more exciting because you are a playoff team and you have these assets. Everything moving forward becomes more exciting. Now, can that burn down next year? Sure, of course it can, right? It's the NFL. But it at least puts us on a path that we were not supposed to be here. We're faster here than we expected. And now we have all these assets to try to build a team out that was a postseason team.
Real quick, Pat Culp, the Antonio Holmes, why can't we just enjoy that we're in the freaking playoffs? Now's not the time to talk concerns, okay? At least in my opinion. It's not. We clinched a freaking playoff game a week early. We have a free week. Why are we talking about concerns? Do you understand how far ahead of schedule we are? I don't care what we expected before the year. We're going to have a playoff game. I think a legitimate chance to win a playoff game, considering who you actually play. And you're going to have 3 first-round picks and a ton of money. We did this with an offseason where we couldn't spend. We did this in a season where we're paying a quarterback to play for the Colts. And we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about this in a year where it looked like after the Las Vegas Raiders game that it looked like the coach and everybody in it lost the locker room. We did it with a quarterback that half the fan base didn't even want throwing the ball. So we could talk about, oh my God, we lost to the Giants 4 weeks ago, and we played the Jets and Washington and all those teams. I don't give a damn. If it makes me a homer, great. Wouldn't be the first time I filled into that category. I'm happy today. Can we just be happy today? We could talk about, Does it really mean Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback? We can have 9 months of that in the offseason. Can we enjoy a week where it says, hey, Nick Sirianni, playoff coach. Jalen Hurts, playoff quarterback. Can we just do that and say, well, damn, this is a year where we thought, hey, success is just finding out some things. In a couple of weeks, we could be talking about, hey, we're still alive in the playoffs. We have a playoff win or maybe a really competitive game against the Bucs or the Rams or teams that had way higher expectations and way bigger of a salary cap and way more expectations as far as, hey, this isn't a playoff team. This is a Super Bowl team. Then we can talk about, hey, what does it mean going forward? But to me, and I honestly didn't expect to even go on this rant, so I apologize. But it's crazy to me that people want to get in arguments with each other and honestly take away all the things that have happened the last 7, 8, 9 weeks. What, 7 out of 9, Tom? 7 out of 9? I don't care if you're playing freaking Alabama. I don't care if you're playing Coastal Carolina. 7 out of 9 is impressive, especially after starting 2-5. So if I'm a homer, great. I'm happy today. I'm extremely happy today.
Everybody should be happy. And I also understand the people with concerns because people want to win, right? So at the end of the day, I always understand fans with concerns because some people don't look at it. Not everybody looks at it the same, right? There's people who are going to look at it and be like, hey, we're playing way above expectations, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's other people who always want more and they want to win and they're looking towards the future, even though they're trying to win or all those things. So I don't care about people's criticisms, right? You just don't tell me who they beat and didn't beat. That doesn't matter to me. No. They're a postseason team. Now if you have critiques and criticisms and concerns about them, in the playoffs, absolutely. I mean, I think anybody's crazy to say that there's no concerns on who we are, right? In terms of, can Jalen throw the ball enough? Can we do this? Roland, thank you for the super chat. He says he's only 23, took Philly to the playoffs. That has to say something. It does. It does. I don't know what it says. I think that answer is unknown. This is what I was talking about a few minutes before. On what Jalen is unknown. No, you go win a playoff game or two, right? Really way earlier than you're supposed to. Okay? This whole conversation shifts. Either way, Jalen deserves next year, right? The team does, he does, right? Him and Nick do, to see if he can continue to grow.
The last thing we should be talking about as an organization is for the next 6 months, hey, here's 3 picks that we can trade for a 33, 34, 35-year-old quarterback. It's the last thing.
Unless he comes down to 3 picks in a playoff.
Yes.
Yes. But my point is, I don't think either way, I think he's back. What I would do, right? Yes. What I would do. He's back either way. But I can see the fan base shifting real quick if that playoff game's ugly.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, if he pulls out a Giants performance, then we're right back on it. But again, like to my point, and I think your point too, we could talk about that in a couple weeks. We're not in the business to say what people should be talking about. Every fan's different, which we completely understand. But I'm amazed by the level of negativity that I saw today on social. And I know social media is that's just what it is. It's negative. But we literally have a week off. We got in a week early. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Let's just enjoy it, fam.
No, yeah, you listen. We should enjoy going to the postseason. That should never be taken for granted, ever. And let's not get bougie where we take going to the dance as ever a bad thing. Because it's never been a bad thing in the history of sports going to the postseason. Ask the Phillies. Okay, so anyway, I get there. I don't care. Now, would you say, Tom? Would you have this much optimism moving forward if you didn't have all these assets and all this money? No, maybe not.
Nope.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm saying, well, I still think we can get better, but I still think we have holes if we want to be the team we want to be, right? And that's all factual. And nobody's going to debate that with me today because we do, right? But knowing that now I'm a playoff team on a year that nobody really thought it. I said it, right, on how everything can go, if everything goes 100% right for them. That being said, it didn't go right for them early on. They did the opposite of what I needed them to do, which was tread water, right? So they were 2-5. So the way I needed them to start to get to my 10 wins, they said, hold my beer. We're going to do the opposite. And then they go on their run. So that says something about Nick's adjustments on what kind of coach he is and this staff, right? So knowing all these things now that were unknown coming into a first-year head coach, that gives me a ton of confidence moving forward. Because it's not like he took a Chip Kelly. I'll say one thing he did take. What? I got to keep it real with people.
No. It's fair. I know exactly what you're saying. It's
real. The fucking leaders are in the house here. The culture's already built here. Those guys are in the house. Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, right? I mean, those guys are champions.
Well, you know what?
People listen to what those guys got to say. So you have your nucleus of voices in this locker room, and then you have younger guys, which I think is a perfect mix because them younger guys can sort of see how the older guys go to work, right? It's a good thing we have moving on to the future.
You know what's other than obviously winning games and being in a playoff atmosphere and playing a playoff game in a couple weeks, I could argue the biggest success from this year, which is not just obviously feeling better about Hurts or very good about Hurts, coming out of this year if he handles his business or even wins a playoff game, or even Sirianni, which I know, we were very down on, for a lot of different reasons, middle of the year, before the year. It's that this time last year, and for a majority of the offseason, it was the first time in a long time, Tom. And listen, we weren't wrong in saying this. We started questioning the culture of this organization.
Absolutely.
Which was the first for a long time before Andy. You had that little mix with Chip, but that was just, we knew it was a Chip Kelly issue, not an organization issue. It was just him. This season proved to me that you still have the Lane Johnsons, the Brandon Grahams, even though he's injured, he's still very much a part of that locker room. Obviously, the Jason Kelsey, so many that I can go on a list that you named too. It's that.
Oh, Rodney, right? I mean, I'm just.
Oh God, Slay, obviously, and I know he's
I'm not even counting him. I'm talking about carryovers from a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, fair. Fletcher. Yeah,
Fletcher. That's what I said. I said Fletcher, Lane, Kelsey. I forgot about BG because he was hurt, but his voice is still there. Yeah. And Rodney. I mean, you have a bunch of C's that are important at this level. Like those veterans in all those rooms. My point is important, but you still got to get them guys to believe, right? So I mean, Nick deserves a ton of credit. I'm telling you, he's a top 5 coach of the year candidate, and anybody tells me he's not, it's an asshole.
Tom, we talked about this 3 weeks ago, and people laughed. I'm like, if we now we have a week to spare. You know what I'm saying? 7 out of 9, week to spare. A small chance, probably not a chance, just because of all the the health and safety stuff. You're not going to have a big time roster or a healthy roster, but a mathematical chance to get the 6th seed after starting 2-5. That's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
And Greg, stop. Because you don't know if you're assuming he can't throw the ball in the playoffs. I don't know where this started. Like somebody's got to tell me where you got to be able to throw the ball in the playoffs. It's another football game. You got to be able to do the same things you do, right? So does he need to throw it enough? Yeah, but you make it act like the guy's trying to throw with his left hand. I mean, I know he's not perfect. I know he's off on some balls. I get it. I watch the same game you guys do. But don't tell me he can't throw it at all. Like he can throw it. He can throw it enough. I mean, I'm not crowning the guy, but he can throw it enough. So
the fam at home, and Greg knows I love him. Okay, so I say this with love. But I was listening to it last night, and the way he was talking about how Jalen can't throw anybody open, which I'm not saying is 100% incorrect, by the way. So I just want to preface it by that. But the way you're talking about, Greg, that you can only throw to wide open guys. You make it seem like it's a problem that our wide receivers are open. Do you remember all the years, I don't know, the last 3 that our receivers never were friggin' open? Like, if they're open, do you not want them to throw to them? You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts, again, he's not Mahomes. He's not Herbert. Hell, I don't know if he's even Dak. Okay? I don't care right now.
I don't know who Dak is, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Nobody knows what the finished product is. What matters is he's the starting quarterback on a playoff roster on a playoff team in 2 weeks. I don't give a damn if he's throwing guys open.
Listen,
They're winning football games.
Listen, how does he handle the moment? That's going to tell us a lot. Okay.
And guess what? Ever since Minshew Mania and the microscope really got on him,
played better.
He did it pretty damn well.
He's played better. Yeah, he
He's
absolutely
a B+, A- quarterback.
Well,
yesterday, I thought he was very good because he really had to throw he was forced to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't rely on that running game, mostly because they didn't really try. I think it was, 9 rushing attempts total?
No, he was good with his legs. He was good at staying inside the pocket, trying to keep his eyes downfield, and he did a good job of what I talked about when he had to do was make plays on the run, throwing the football. He has to, because when you have the lesser wide receiver groups, right, you have to have those plays. You have to have the breakdown plays, right? And listen, easy money. You can give him a C+. That's fine. It's still not even a bad grade, but I'm more of like a B. He's a B, right? He's not more than the B the last 2 weeks. He's a B. He's a solid B. Because I mean the B and A. I mean the B and A. You got to throw for you can't be throwing for 220 and no touchdowns. The biggest thing on why he's a B to me is because he's not turning the football over.
Yeah.
All right. So that tells me he can throw it enough.
He's improved. What's the biggest thing? And honestly, Tom, because you might have a different answer than I do. In the fam chime in at home. I saw yesterday, and we've seen since he's come back since Minshew Mania, that he's really improved as far as not abandoning a clean pocket. And there's a lot of plays the last 3-4 weeks that he's decided to throw to, let's say, Dallas or Devontae or even Quez, that in the first 8-9 weeks, he's just getting out and running. Now he's using his arm as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? He's hanging in there and he's stepping in the pocket a lot more. I think that is a huge improvement. Again, not perfect. There's times where I wish he did it more. But as far as improving first half of the year to now, I think that's a tremendous improvement, especially when the microscope's been on him.
Yeah, no, he has absolutely it's not even staying in the pocket, it's stepping up in the pocket, right?
Yes.
I thought he's done a better job of it. Again, not crowning it, but a better job of it. He's done a way better job of keeping his eyes downfield.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing of all, and I can tell you continue to yell and scream this, right? If my quarterback has the legs, I need the extended plays.
Yeah.
They're backbreakers for defenses. We talked about this before the year started. How can Jalen be successful, Tom? Well, here you are. Here you are, and he's made some really good throws on the run. Some really good ones. The good one to Greg Ward yesterday, right? So he continues to do it. He had one to Dallas. So he
directing traffic.
Continues to make good throws while moving around. That's his difference maker. Yep. Right? That makes up for you being perfect inside the pocket. That makes up for you throwing guys open. That's the way you can separate yourself and your athletic ability to throw it enough. Right? That's what I'm trying to tell people. To throw it enough. Again, I am not crowning them. There's still unknowns like I talked about. But I'm also not going to sit here and be negative about a guy who we've won football games with. That's not how I operate. I'm about winning games. Winning games make me feel good. Now, am I telling you we're cutting nets down in February? No. Absolutely not. I'm not telling you that. Right? I seen crazier shit happen. Right? But that's not what this team is right now. Right? This team it's exciting because they showed us a couple of things. They showed grit. They showed toughness. Right? They showed those things, resiliency. These are important things, right? When you're moving forward and you're trying to build a goddamn culture. You understand this, people? Right? These are the things you need. We talked about these things in 2016 before 2017. And that year we won 7 games. Probably would have won more if Lane didn't get hurt. Okay? But that year we showed growth from where we were. So we showed some growth. We showed some promise going into 2017. We thought we'd be good. We didn't think we would be that good, but we thought we'd be good. Okay? This year, now going into next year, we're not only thinking we're going to be good, we're thinking about we're going to be talking NFC title game. That's where your expectations shift in one off season with the money and everything else you have. Then the microscope really gets put on the quarterback and the things he can and can't do.
Yep.
I don't know what he can't do yet because the things that he can't do, he has showed, and I'm not going to tell you this like overwhelming amount of growth with it, but he has shown enough growth for me to have hope that it can continue. Growth in season is different than growth from a year working on things coming back the next year. That's different growth. Being able to do it in season shows me you're cognizant, shows me you're want to, you're understanding, and you being educated football. That's the thing that nobody wants to talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is an educated kid when it comes to the game of football. Look who he's been around. Look who he's been around and won a lot of games with. Nick, Lincoln, right? He's an educated kitten. He's an educated little puppy. And you know, but Ryan's right. You should never, like Todd and other people, you should never be upset today. Like, today's not a day to come puffing your chest like, one and done. One and done. You don't know who the fuck they're playing.
Crush him 2 Mondays.
One and done.
Crush him 2 Mondays from now if he plays bad, all right? You know
fine, yeah, crush away. But like, don't tell me one and done when you're freaking Golden Boys in Indy and they're not even probably ain't gonna be a playoff team. Or they're on the right. They're like they're in right now.
They've got to win, but there's a chance that if they lose, that the Raiders and Chargers. There's actually a crazy stat, but no, they're fighting for their friggin' lives. We're sitting back with the iced tea, like just chilling. We're chilling this week.
And I don't hate Carson, so it's not like I'm on a Carson hate. It's just shut up. Like, we're a playoff team, and you're talking about one and done. Their team that's projected to be an air quote AFC title contender team, and they're trying to scratch and claw their way in, right? So don't I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear any of that crap anymore. Play a Big Moose, a playoff team after a 2-5 start, number 1 rushing offense, top 12 defense, which I don't know how true that is, even though statistically it says it. First year starting QB, first year coach, 3 first-rounders, and $30+ million in cap. Great season. Listen, put some exclamation marks all the way after that, Big Moose, because that's fucking factual. That's what's exciting. That's what makes going to the playoffs this year even feels better than years that I know I'm supposed to go, because of everything I have moving forward, like Big Moose said and like we've talked about. Everything you have moving forward makes you just feel good inside. It's like a good fucking glass of hot chocolate today, right? A little glass of cocoa, a little whipped cream. That's how you're feeling today.
It's an amazing feeling. And like, again, we're not creating the illusion that we're celebrating like we just won a freaking Super Bowl. No. But again, to your point, and also Jesse brought it up earlier, which, you know, is a great point. He actually said it a couple of times. Philadelphia needed this. We did. Because how many times, justifiably so, did we think, again, because we always know, hey, the Eagles, we always talk about it, especially doing shows, Tom, like, the Eagles are going to give us time, right? They're going to give us time and refuge that, okay, the Phillies might suck, especially like they've had the last 10, 11 years. The Sixers, who knows what the hell that is. The Flyers, same thing. The Eagles are always there for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like all reliable. But before the year, we thought, oh, okay, this might be one of those years because of all the reasons that we might need to rely on the Sixers and the Flyers, maybe a Phillies postseason berth, even though we know that's never going to happen because, of course, not. Like, we might need to rely on those teams as refuge. And then when we went through that 2-5 start, it's like, oh, all right, 10-9-8, 76ers. Well, what do you know? The Flyers, big-time question marks. They've already fired their head coach. Sixers, obviously, they're dealing with 25, who's back in the building. Just a constant drama. Phillies, they're not a team right now. They technically don't exist. The Philadelphia Eagles, once again, are here to get us through the winter. That is awesome.
Until Ben is officially back.
Don't even get me started with him.
No, he's in the building today. Just so everybody knows.
Fam, like Tom said,
Ben
like
Simmons is in the building.
Yes, he's in the building. And I said to Tom before we went on, I said, of course, Ben Simmons just has to come in and ruin Eagles Day for us. He's got to be like, oh, hey, guys, remember me? Hey, guys. Guys.
I'm not going to let him. Theo, Eagles fan, 13 TDs, 9 picks. So you just don't. Listen. I love you guys, right? I love you guys. I don't care if he's a fucking Pro Bowler or not. He's not a Pro Bowler.
Why do we care?
Okay, but let me tell you, how many combined touchdowns, Theo, that you guys want to leave out of the fucking narrative that still count? They still count. Like, so how many rushing touchdowns is he responsible for, Theo? I'm asking for a friend. How many?
I just don't know why people live their lives like this. It's like, hey, here's a big positive. I'm going to find the negatives.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not.
Why do we do this?
It's fine. Like, they're factual throwing numbers, but we're just going to leave out. We're going to leave out the running side of it when that's a skill set of his. Come on, guys. Come on. Like, I got it. I fucking yell and scream. I can't believe I'm doing this one today. I fucking yell and scream about things about him throwing the football at times. I had throughout this whole entire fucking year. Nobody's probably kept it realer than myself on just Jalen Hurts. Tried to 1 week to another, just would be able to shift, all right, on the thought process of him, right, and not get caught in one way or the other, right? Nobody fucking did that. Nobody on any other freaking podcast around that I hear week to week just being able to say, oh, he stunk this week. Oh, he really did some things well this week. Nobody's been able to do that. Nobody's been able to take out the fucking agenda. All right? So don't leave out 750 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns out of the argument on if he's a Pro Bowler or not. I don't even care if he's a Pro Bowler. All right? And it's 16 because I knew he has like 26. He has 27 combined TDs. I said he had to get to 30 to get to the postseason. Hey, we're right there, right? So we're right there. We're right there on his skill set. So we're going to take that out. So when I did my preseason ranking, my preseason thought process with the Eagles, I should have said, oh, you know what? He's got to throw for 30, Tom. Guys, if he doesn't throw for 30, there's no way we're getting in. Come on. We're not going to count him. We're not going to take him out. Take 11 touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards out of the conversation on what he's brought or meant to this football team. Knock it off. I'm all for it. I don't know what he is, right? But don't even tell me that he isn't a big reason on why we're going to the postseason. Come on. Let's be fair. Let's be fair here.
A little bit of before we get to get back to it. I don't want to delay too much. The Sixers just signed Charlie Brown.
Who?
Guy named Charlie Brown because Tyrese and Matisse are in COVID protocols.
Yeah, I seen that they went in there.
So we got Charlie Brown. I don't know who that is, but that's a person, and he's now he's apparently a point guard for us now.
Yeah,
but unless Ben Simmons wants to play. Now I just Tom, and again, like I get the concerns. There's a lot of things from yesterday with the slow starts. I'm still not a gigantic fan of Jonathan Gannon. I still
despise Jonathan Gannon. Know the first off, right? Know the room. It's been fucking dark in the Northeast for about a week straight now. All right, a week straight. No need for the sunglasses, Mr. Missionary. I know you're used to putting them on, but take them the fuck off.
But again, it's not the time to be talking about all that stuff. Like, yeah, we can. But you know what also is the time to do it? If we expected this team to, again, go to an NFC title game. Then, again, say, for example, this was 2018, right? Say this was 2018. We did what we did this year, but the expectations were different. A year after a Super Bowl, and oh my God, guys, we're in that Super Bowl window. Oh, but we've only won against losing teams. Well, then, yeah, it's a concern because we're talking about, well, can we get to a bowl? I would still love to. That would be awesome. I would like to get to the second round of the playoffs. That would be great. But the expectations are different, guys. So, we're not going to move the goalposts. We're not going to do it. I don't give a damn who we beat.
Well, once you're there, you can talk about failure or success. Right? I always say that. Okay, so now you're in the dance. We can talk about after that game if the postseason was a success or a failure. The postseason, right? Hey, you get to a Super Bowl and you're not supposed to be there. We can talk about after that game if it was a failure or a success, right? When you lose right after it, nobody in the country is going to run around saying success. We're going to be hurt. We're going to be bothered, right? I know what will happen that Monday if we do we do a show after that game, win or loss. I can tell you already how it's going to happen. I can tell you already how it's going to go, depending on how that game goes, right? So that's just the way we live it. But we can't run from the fact that this football team overachieved, played damn good, tough football down the stretch, and it's not how you start; it's how you finish. And the way they finished, there's something to be said about that, especially when they shifted their style of offense to more of a running attack and went from a team that didn't run the ball for the first 5-7 weeks of the year to a team that is number one in the National Football League in rushing. There's something to be said in an ego-driven world that your head football coach, Nick Sirianni, is willing to adjust, is willing to change, right? And then be able to stay with it and stick to your guns, stick to what you do right. We talked about identities in weeks past when they first started doing it. And the fact that they're still doing it's amazing because we all said, if they don't do it this week, he should be fired. They don't do it this week, he should be fired, right? We said that for weeks, and he continued to do it. And he leaned on his offensive line and the RPOs and those types of things. I mean, that's the makings of a really good football coach, guys. A guy that I didn't like to hire up because I was a big Doug guy, right? And I got no problem saying I'm wrong. Zero problem at all, right? And I had an agenda because I was a Doug guy. So I had an agenda with it. I didn't like it. I said, why does Frank have a tree? And it looks to be a tremendous hire. Now, you got to give him more than 1 year, but right now, it looks like it's a tremendous hire. It looks like we're going in a great direction. So getting to the postseason next year, I said it again, next year, you could be talking about, I want to play in February. Your goal next year should be talking about, I want to play in February. That's how this works. When you have this kind of money and these kind of draft picks, you want to say, hey, at least late January. Agreed?
Completely agree. We, and Jesse said it earlier, we did everything that we did this year. Again, don't care how we did it, when we did it. When we're paying a quarterback to play for another team, all we really did this year was just add some draft picks. That was like the only way we could replenish the roster. Didn't spend nearly any money. We actually had to cut guys like Alshon and Deshaun just to be able to spend money and pay our draft picks. So you know what I'm saying? And then you go into this year, 3 months from now, you've got 3 picks. 2 months from now, you've got, I think Jesse was saying, top 3 as far as cap space. It's pretty damn good. And just in a microscope, as far as Jalen Hurts, as this roster improves, you're giving Jalen Hurts the ability to improve. So you don't think he's going to improve if you get a Mike Williams to go along with Devontae? You don't think you're going to improve if you can get some more pieces on the defense that can now take pressure off of a quarterback? That could set you up in better field position because of turnovers? That's what I'm saying, man. We were not able to have a normal offseason this year. One, because we spent half the year wondering who's our quarterback. We had to wait. And then it was like, okay, how are we going to find money to pay our guys? We have so much to look forward to. And again, we could come in 2 weeks after a bad playoff loss and say, oh, well, damn, we have questions. We'll address that if that comes to it. It's as simple as that. Because I know, Tom, you've been on this boat. And Ralphie, I know Ralphie will have the by the numbers thing in a minute. Depending on who you play, I'm not so sure I agree with all the people saying one and done. Oh, you've got no chance. I would like to see who we play. I would like to see the situation.
There's no team that we don't stand a chance versus, that we don't have a chance. There's not one team outside of the Green Bay Packers that you could literally tell me that I'm really concerned of. And I know what Adams will eat Darius Slay alive.
Oh, yes.
Make that clear to the people. I do not want any parts of those two in Lambeau. I want no parts of it.
And fam at home, don't take that as a shot at Darius. He eats everybody up. He'll eat
everybody up. He already did.
Yes.
He already did the last time they played. This is what he does.
Yes.
So, but nobody else scares me where I don't think I can go beat you. I think I can beat the Rams. I think I can beat the Bucks. I think I can beat the Cowboys. I think I can beat the Cardinals. So who are you scared of? I'm not telling you that I'm beating them in a 7-game series.
Yeah, no, and I don't think we're also saying, hey, our locks of the week. We're saying that, next week that, our lock of the week is that we're going to beat the Bucks or the Rams. No, nobody's locking it down. But let's see what we have to. Let's just see what we have to offer. Let's see who we play first before we just start saying, that was fun, but I'm already planning on the golf trip. Right after the playoff loss.
Right, I've seen numerous people say today, one and done. It doesn't even matter. They're one and done. Like, dude, they had no business being in at the beginning of the year at 2-5. They have no business being in, and now you're gonna just assume they're out. With the kind of run they've gone on, you can't just count a team like that out. Listen, they might go into the dance and get their ass handed to them and blown out. Very well could.
But guess what? Nobody. They're not going to get crushed. Like we will because we're hard on the team. But like you always talk about house money, right, Tom? If we go against LA, national media isn't expecting us to win that game. We go against the Bucks. Tom Brady against Jalen Hurts. I'm sure I'll be shocked if anyone picks us to win that game nationally. We go against the Cardinals.
That's probably the one team I don't want, really. If I had to pick, I would rather not. Out of the ones that are realistic, I rather not have to see them. I prefer not. I know they're a little bit banged up, but they still have a great rush defense, and I think they can give us fits.
I kind of want, again, I don't love our chances against any team, okay? But I also don't hate it.
I would love the Cardinals. I would.
If we get Cardinals, I'm very happy. I might actually pick a win just because I just don't believe in that team right now. And again, they don't have Hopkins. They don't have J.J. Watt. So again, they're not 100%. I kind of like the Rams a little bit. Just because Stafford can't wait to turn over the football the last 4 or 5 weeks. And I get it. They've won 4 straight. So like, I'm not saying I'm picking the Eagles to beat the Rams. No, especially if we have to go to LA. But I kind of agree with Nate and you, Tom, that the Bucs, even though I know they're banged up, you've got guys taking off equipment and quitting in the middle of games, all that. Their defense is banged up, but I think a lot of people think they like, oh, I'd love to see the Bucs. Yeah, I mean, it would be intriguing, but I think people kind of overvalue the fact that, oh, they almost lost to Washington last year. Like, I've seen that argument too, Tom. Like, Washington almost beat them last year.
Ever do it. I'm not going to overvalue the greatest quarterback to ever do it, especially when there's turmoil. Yeah. Especially when something like that happens, like yesterday. I almost don't want to see him now. Because listen, it's in their place. Like, not saying we can't go beat them. Like, again, we can go beat them.
Yep.
And we're probably not scared of Tom like some other teams are, maybe. But I could do without him. I think Gronk chews us up in that game. Like, I could just see our linebackers getting exposed big time in that. I'm never rushing to play Brady. I'm not rushing. There's guys that I'll rush to play. I would almost, I can't what I'm saying is I would almost rather go to Lambeau then. Just send me to Lambeau. Yeah, because whatever. Just send me there. I don't even want to go there. But out of all of them, they're the two I really don't want to go to. I'd rather not. Send me to LA. Send me to freaking Arizona. Send me to Dallas. Send me to any of those places because of Jonathan Gannon. That's why I say that. Because I think Jonathan Gannon is going to allow these teams to get off the hot starts. And I don't want any parts of teams that I know will get off the hot starts. Like, I know Brady's first drive is locked in city. I know Rodgers' first drive is locked in city. So now I'm down 7-0. Because at the end of the day, he's made tremendous adjustments in the second half, right? But right, is your zone defense early on in football games going to come back and bite you in the ass if you go down 17-0? I don't know. I don't have that answer. I don't have that crystal ball, but my guess would be it'll bite you in the ass. Yeah. That's my biggest concern heading into the postseason is, can this defense get off to a quicker start? Because you have to early on set a tone in the postseason, right? You either have to be the most aggressive group in the world and you got to put quarterbacks on their ass early. Like me, my first series as a defensive coordinator in the postseason, I'm bringing somebody extra every time because I just want to knock you around a little bit. If you go score on me, fine. But I'm going to put you on your ass a couple of times so you know the rest of the day I'm hitting you. And if you lose that way, you lose that way. I'm not telling you there's times you don't bring 4, of course. But early on, I'm going to be the aggressor and try to bait you into a mistake which Brady can make, which Rodgers really doesn't make at all anymore. But Brady, Stafford, Dak, Kyler, all them guys can make those mistakes if pressured. Right, not that Rodgers can't. Rodgers can too. But all those guys, if you're hitting them and putting pressure on them, you can get a mistake. This football team will win a postseason game. No matter who they're going to play, which we're going to get into in a minute, no matter who they're going to play, they need to take the football away. That's your recipe to success, bigger than anything. Traveling somewhere else, taking on somebody that's a better football team than you. You got to take the football away.
Well, that's why I've begged, and I'm obviously not the only one. I've been one of the many people that have begged for this defense to sew out a little bit more. And I get it. Like, I understand Jonathan Gannon prides himself on, we're not going to get beat by the big play. We're not going to get somebody like Tyreek Hill that's going to beat you up. Yeah, okay, great. But you know what's going to kill us on this defense and in a game? The fact that you've got Washington or the Giants or anybody, or in this case, in a playoff game against the Cardinals, Rams, whoever, Tampa, they're going on these friggin' 7-8 minute drives that are killing our time of possession, which is another big reason why we win a lot of games when we're running the football and we're controlling the time of possession. So if they're keeping our offense off the field and our defense is obviously going to get tired, that's also not ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's why a Tom Brady kills it, because he doesn't need to beat you over the top. He can with a Mike Evans or you know what I'm saying, or guys like that. but he can also dink and dunk you to death, passing it to Leonard Fournette, throwing it to Gronk, etc. That's also going to kill you. So, like we talked about with Gannon, I'm happy with what he's shown in the second half when it's like, oh, okay, it's time to actually play some defense now. But at the end of the day, to Tom's point, oppose your will in the first half, set a tone, maybe get a couple turnovers to get it started. That way you can sustain a lead. Because when it comes to playing Tampa or just Tom Brady as a player, we know this from the years against when we played the Patriots or watched the Patriots, when they're the teams that come back. Like Brady doesn't give up leads. You know what I'm saying? They're the teams that start slow and then they'll go on a 23-0 run.
Yeah, well, you can't okay, Gio's right. Like we have the best run game, but where you were just talking about, and what I was alluding to too, is that okay, you take away your great run game when you're allowing teams to dink and dunk versus you, and then they go on 7-minute drives. So now your whole MO to going and winning somewhere on the road is time of possession, turnovers, right, and your running game. So you sort of eliminate your chances of those things when you don't get up on people and make people uncomfortable early on. Like when I look at Tampa, I want to get up and press everybody, even Mike Evans. I want to press your whole group. Your whole group. No AB, no Godwin now. I'm pressing your whole fucking group, right? Because I'm going to make it. I got to take guys off spots. The only place I probably don't want to do that is in Green Bay, right? And I'm probably not going to see them. Everybody else, I mean, maybe Dallas to a point you might not want to, but everybody else, I mean, you got to get up. You got to get up and get physical, because if not, and you allow those guys to be Tyler Heineke yesterday, right? You let them be Heineke yesterday and allow them to get comfortable. I mean, you're talking about a guy that was 14 out of 15 or 15 out of 16 or 14 out of 16, whatever the fuck it was. Way too comfortable, right? So now you're allowing him to set his feet. You're allowing him to step in the throws. Okay, second half, yeah, you got more pressure. But against some of the greats that you're going to have to go face, because that's what you're going to have to go do. You're going to see a Stafford. You're going to see a Brady, right? Most likely, right? Against the upper echelon, now you let them get comfortable and they're 14 for 16 going into the second half, right? You better get the bus started.
If you're down 20,
the bus started, because now they're going to go off for a better half, because now they're feeling good. They're seeing everything. They have a comfortability. Now, listen, they can be let them be 12 or 15, but they're getting hit all day, and it's a different conversation.
Well, let them be 12 for 15 with a turnover. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're mixing turnover. Because you know what that's not just going to shake up their offense. That's going to give life to our defense. Okay, we did it once. We did it early, actually. We did it ahead of schedule because we usually start turning the football over until like late third quarter, early fourth quarter to really stamp down leads. You get a turnover late first quarter, early second quarter, damn. That can turn the tide in the playoff game.
Look, how about first drive? I mean, you really want to really want to kick the doors in and let people know you're around the play? I mean, you go on that first drive and you take a ball over in their zone, and now you have an opportunity to go up 7-0, right? Now you're really dictating how you go about this football game. I'm not saying that team gets the ball first, right? I'm just saying you might be able to get the ball first, and that changes everything, because then you can go on a 5 to 7 minute drive. But even if you don't, if you start slow offensively, you still need our way of winning is going to have to come from our defense. Like, they got to get game ball galore after next week. It's got to be game ball galore.
Real quick before we go to Ralphie, Bill wanted to know if he says there are teams that reportedly may reach out to Antonio Brown for a playoff run. Is that even legal?
I don't know. I don't know why anybody would want any parts of that, but
I did see somebody comment. There's like, you really want to watch the world burn? Sign AB, go against Bucks, beat Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And then cut him. You can cut him next week. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm going to sit him out.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody, looking for a peekaboo.
He's never coming back, right? Like, he will never come back in the NFL, right?
I don't know how he does. And I said it last in my crumb of the week. I mean, you burned a bridge with a guy who opened up his house to you.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's the greatest of all time. Like, you quit on 52 other guys again. This isn't his first time quitting on guys. Like, all right, so here you go again with another quit. Now, you can tell me he's going to get a job somewhere again. I know how this league works, but in reality, he shouldn't. In reality, like, you trust that in your locker room? He just quit He just quit on the greatest quarterback of all time. Mike Evans tried to keep him there. And he quit on him. Right to his face. Like, I don't care. He's a fucking piece of shit.
There's certain people that spent yesterday talking about their team AB.
There's what?
Certain people we know that are saying that they're team AB.
What does that mean? Who said that? Who said team AB?
I don't know if I should name names because I feel like I'll get in a Twitter war, so I don't know if I will.
No, I need to know who's team AB
now. Tori said she's team AB.
What does that mean?
I'll read the tweet. Hold on, let me go.
What does it mean? Does nobody realize he had another week for his incentives? Anybody realize that? The season wasn't over.
Here you go. They were freezing Antonio Brown out on purpose to avoid paying him salary incentives that he was about to reach.
Oh, the five targets previous to that?
Team AB with a flex emoji.
So the 5 targets prior to that, them asking him to go in the game and him saying no, freeze them out. I'm going to go a fucking step further now to the fucking idiots, okay? All the fucking idiots out there. His 3-game suspension for a fake vaccination card freezed his ass out. So you all need to wake the fuck up, okay? He froze himself out. He walks into those incentives. Them incentives are so incentive-based for a guy like him. He's easily going to should easily get that money. All right? He's the asshole. So now it's everybody else's fault because I'm a piece of shit. Then he claims, well, the team didn't have my back through the fake vaccination crisis. What are you talking about, bro? They could have cut your ass and they didn't.
They should have cut him.
I can't.
Should have.
I can't do this with these fucking people. The team AB.
You know what? You know what froze him? Him being a friggin' idiot the last 3 years. That
tells me you've never been a teammate in your life. If you're team AB, you've never been a teammate or a good teammate to ever be team AB. Guy's tremendous. All right. He listen. He's special, right? As a wide receiver, but he's a fucking lunatic, and it didn't just start. Okay. He's a piece of shit. He cares about AB. Ask Ryan Clark. Ask some guys who play with him with the Steelers. This is what he is. This isn't new. This act isn't new. And the fact that Tom Brady can only keep him calm for a year, it shows you. Shows you everything you need to know.
People that are going team AB are the same people to criticize Mike Tomlin for, you should have been able to work with it. No, nobody should be able to have. It's not his job to work with that idiot. And he's an idiot. Okay, listen, I hope he gets all the help that he needs because clearly he needs some. I actually feel bad for the guy because I think, again, just my opinion, no facts on this, just opinions. I think it's a lot of it because, again, I think it's coincidence. It started after he got hit by Vontaze Burfict. So I'm wondering if it's something, you know what I'm saying, head-related. I feel bad for him, but I'm not team AB-ing. I'm not using that as a freaking hashtag with an emoji.
Hold on.
Please.
I got to stop you, too. Take out the I feel bad for him. Because everybody out there that's saying, it's CTE, right? So I'm going to help you. I'm going to help all the fucking doctors for a second, right? Wow, that has a lot of CTE is really affecting his route running. CTE and the brain injury is really affecting him going up and catching footballs over people.
That's fair.
Has really affecting his rap game. All right. Nobody's a doctor. Nobody's a doctor. Nobody knows even until you're dead if you have CTE or not. So I would really appreciate all the Twitter docs out there that want to claim a guy has CTE just because he's a fucking loose cannon. No, he was a loose cannon the second he got paid in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And people remember the reports coming out from former teammates. I think this was Ryan Clark. Yep. They were saying, be careful. You might not want to pay him because once you pay him, he's going to change. And they paid him and he changed.
So, I mean, listen, I'm not telling you the guy doesn't have it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I'm sure as hell not going to use it as an excuse for being a piece of garbage to your teammates. Like, that's what we're using it as. We're using it as like a filler, like, oh, yeah, CTE so he can be a scumbag to teams and his teammates. What? The dude walked off the field because he wants the attention of it.
He made it about himself. He started waving to the fans. Yeah.
It's not about his teammates. It's about him. He wants the attention.
You want to go to Ralphie for the
Umberto? Yeah, Umberto. Thank you, brother. It's a tough win yesterday, but we clearly need a better, more aggressive rush. It's going to kill us in the playoff if we let QBs get comfy. Absolutely. And this is why, this is football team's MO, and I assume that there is a pass rusher drafted in the first 2 rounds this year. I almost booked that. So who that is, we have no clue. But, and if not, there's going to be money spent on it. So either way. And listen, I don't care enough about AB to rant about him. I care enough about the people that are the Twitter docs or our team AB or like he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. They were holding his money. What are you talking about? There's a whole nother week to play. There's a whole nother week to play. Hold what money? He had 5 fucking targets. They told him to go in the game. He said no in the third quarter. You act like they told him to go in with a minute left when they're going to run the clock out. Are we fucking okay?
People that are talking about the Bucs. Last thing I'll say, because I don't care about them.
I love a good rant, but
no, and that needed to be said because the Bucs cost him money.
Cost yourself money.
He cost himself money with the Steelers, with the Raiders, with the Patriots, with the Bucs, and then with the Bucs again.
This is the second time.
Yes,
Tommy's taking him in. The second time Tommy's taking him in, and he's burned a bridge. So leave the CTE out of it now, and just say, hey, this guy's just a bad guy. He's a fake guy.
And we're not even talking about all the off-field stuff. We're talking about him being an idiot in football.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I don't care about his off the field antics because he's a lunatic. I'm just going to keep it football with him and say, dude, you're a big time problem. It's one thing to be a big time problem off the field, and then you're a great teammate, right? You're a fucking terrible teammate. So whatever you do off the field, go ahead and do you, boo boo, because what you do on the field is the concerning point with me. If I'm an exec and I'm a player around the league, and I see, wait, because what kind of if somebody really signs this guy right now, right, in 2 weeks, right, or a week, I don't even know if it's allowed, right? But hypothetically, what kind of standard are you setting?
If somebody signs him next year, if anybody gives this man the time of day, okay, because he's gotten the second chance, third chance, fourth chance, really fifth chance. This was his 5th chance. If anyone signs him to any amount of money and puts him on the field, I will think less of that organization. And I don't care if it's the Eagles. I don't care if we're down to JT Arcega-Whiteside is our best receiver. And oh my God, we need help. We're not that desperate.
No.
There's standards in sports. And he has gone beyond it.
Yeah, there's one thing of Vontae Davis, retiring at halftime.
Yeah.
A little different. Guy played a long time.
In the damn locker room. He didn't do it in the middle of a game, and he started waving the cameras.
I prefer you to wait. You know what I mean? I prefer you got 30 minutes left, but just go finish it out for us, even if you're struggling. But what he did is a bad standard to set for anybody to go sign him because it's the biggest fuck you. Like I said, 52 other people and a ton of guys that livelihood is invested into that football team, from coaches to everything, right? So for an organization that really gave you that last chance, I don't know how he gets another one. Josh Gordon is different. People say, well, Josh Gordon keeps getting chances. He's fucking smoking some weed, bro. All right? I mean, this guy's burning bridges with teammates. I've never heard Josh Gordon and somebody say he's a bad teammate. I've now seen and heard plenty of the other one. Mm-hmm. Hey, farting in the doctor's face, TJ. Thanks for the super chat. He's a nut. I forgot all about that. And he was laughing. He's such a fucking loser. What are we talking about? And then people in Eagles groups there like, AB guys? Dude, literally, I hope you guys slip on snow. Bump your head. All right? You're fine. You're fine because the bump in the head woke you up. And you're like, man, I feel so much clearer. The next day you wake up and you're like, I feel delicious today. Yeah, because it got you back right. It re-evened you out because you were a little off. You're a little off, and I need you to little bump it just equilibrium. We're gonna fucking shift it a little bit, and now you're back.
It wasn't a CTE fall. It was a get a clue fall.
Yeah. AB could use 10 of those falls, just fucking falling down. Yeah. Oh, got a clue. But listen, the Eagles are in the playoffs. See over 200 plus people watching this live right now. Pound the damn like button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Download us, share us around, comment in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And it feels good to be a playoff team today. Feels good to come on here. We've done an hour 9. I did 3 hours last night. of talking essentially playoff football. Now, last night wasn't sure, but you assumed, right? Today you really know, and I can't say how happy I am for this football team and for this fan base, because sometimes the unexpected walks into the dance are sometimes the best ones.
I think we're in a really good mood right now, but I think this segment coming up, which Tom, I told you I was going to surprise Tom with this and just have Ralphie appear. This might be my favorite segment of the year. One, because we get to talk playoffs and that's awesome. But if anyone, and if you're a football fan, you obviously know what I'm referring to. On Football Night in America, they go to the guy with the glasses. Sorry, I don't know his name. If somebody knows his name, tell us, so we'll shout him out. He's got the big board with all the scenarios, with all the playoff odds. Okay, if this team wins, they're this seed. Oh, if this team wins, you play this team. Well, on Agree Disagree, you guys made a very good discovery last week. He was off on his math. He was off. So we said, you know what? The Eagles are in the playoffs.
We were right? We were right.
Yeah, no, his math was off last week.
This fucking guy that they're fucking promoting, he's giving us percentages, and we had like a 15% chance of making the playoffs. And we're all looking at each other like, what? Is this guy okay? We want to go find another statistician. What are we doing here?
So here at A2D Radio, we said, you know what? The Eagles are in the playoffs. We're not going to stand for this. So we're going to bring in a guy who's born for this. The numbers game. And that's Ralph Delavecchio, A2D statistician. Ralphie?
What up, fellas? What up, baby?
Hey, Ralphie.
Hey, Eagles made the playoffs, baby. Let's go. Happy Monday.
Let's go, baby.
Not going to come on
Happy
screen? What are you doing?
Monday.
You're going to come on screen?
Hello to us.
Happy Monday.
There he is.
How are you, Ralphie?
Good. Happy
So-
Monday.
So,
All right.
Ralph, so we were doing, you and I, you were reviewing, by the way, the fam saying hi to you, Ralph.
What up, fellas? What up,
Nobody's
everybody?
Let's not get carried away here. It's a Monday after a win. People have been generous with their pockets.
Everybody can cut everybody off in traffic. Nobody gets mad today.
Now it's a wave. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for not clipping me. Good move out of you. I see you, right?
That
Like,
one's on me. That one's on me. I'll take
Exactly.
care of that one.
Exactly.
Ralphie, you revealed not the trade machine. There's nothing like the trade machine, but the playoff scenario machine to me last night. We said, you know what, Ralphie, we're going to bring this to the air.
And it's here. The playoff machine.
while we're waiting for this, hit the damn subscribe. Help us get to 10K, family. See a lot of people watching that might be your first time joining us. All right, sit down. Take your coat off. It's cold outside. Come take your coat off. All right, what do you need? Well, we got it for you, the playoff machine. Ryan and his fucking machines. He finds ways to machine me. You know what I mean? Guy's living in 2040, right? He's finding ways to machine me.
Listen, everyone loves a good machine.
Robert from the UK. What's
All right.
up, brother? Fly Eagles fly.
I'm not going to put MG's comment on the screen, but I see it. I see you, MG.
Hey, I know where you live, MG. We know.
We see you.
I connect the dots. I'm a dot connector.
Ralphie, can you do a little zoom on that? A little zoomage?
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Zoom your life up, Ralph.
Let me figure out how to do it.
Oh, Ralphie.
Oh,
Well, this is a different. I have a different keyboard, so I gotta
Oh,
find
my
the button.
God.
Oh, he's getting a new keyboard.
Yeah.
keyboard
Yeah.
gate, hotkey gate.
Oh, yeah, he's got some hotkeys, Ralphie. A little hotkey?
Yeah. Not hotkeys yet. No
No.
hotkeys.
No, you don't want some hotkeys. Never. No hotkeys.
Odessa,
I don't know where
Texas.
it's at. We just got to deal with it.
Let's
Just deal
go.
with it.
All right, so Ralphie,
Hi, family.
let's go
All right.
game. Let's go game by game, Ralphie. The ones
Yeah.
that matter.
I want no parts of the AFC here, so just NFC.
Is NFC?
Yeah, man.
So right now, if anybody gives a rat's ass, Eagles would have to go to Los Angeles to play the Rams as the second seed.
Love it.
So let's just say Eagles play everybody because they still have something to play for, obviously. If you win this week and the 49ers lose, you get the 6th seed.
Who are playing the Rams?
Playing the Rams, correct. So for this exercise, we'll go Eagles win. Okay. We'll go Packers win.
I love this so much.
Who else? We'll go
Oh,
Bucks
you
win.
tell us. You're the one picking them.
Cardinals win, and we'll go Rams. So if that happens with that scenario,
Okay.
the Eagles will go to the 6th seed. We will go to Tampa Bay to play them. The Buccaneers would be the 3rd seed in that scenario. So if we clear it and we say, we we only play the starters for our first half.
Yeah, I
let
see.
them sit. Cowboys go on and win. Then Green Bay wins. They'll probably beat the Lions, hopefully. Then the Tampa Bay still wins. We'll go Arizona wins and the Rams win. Then everything basically stays the same. Then the 49ers, basically everything stays the same with the Bucks going. We just go to LA in the beginning.
So what happens if the Cowboys beat us, though, Ralphie, with that scenario? Just switch out.
Well, he did.
Yeah,
that.
the Cowboys did beat us.
Okay.
Well,
so that's another scenario.
Who are the best chances of the teams we're playing if we look at it, right? So give San Fran a win.
Okay.
All right, let's look. Let's see. Now, how's that shake out?
So if in that scenario, Cowboys beat us and the 49ers win, then we're the 7th seed still playing Tampa, but Tampa will be this 2 seed.
Mm-hmm. So so
it's basically a flop between I would say LA and Tampa Bay.
Maybe
as your
now. Okay, but let's do this then. We had the Niners winning, so we took that out. All right. Yep. This is crazy. Like to have Carolina win. Go to Carolina. Mm-hmm. Switch her out. Let's see what happens here.
Oh.
So if Carolina beats Tampa, then we play Arizona, who would become the 2 seed.
Sam Darnold action time. Come on, get on the wagon.
One time, Sammy. One time for the people in Philly.
Now I just want to see because we had the Cowboys beating us. I want to see what happens if we flip it. Okay, so even if we do beat Dallas and Carolina beats Tampa Bay, then we play Arizona in the wild card game as the 2 seed.
So we're big Panthers fans because I would love to play the Cardinals.
But that takes a lot. Like, yeah, Bill's right. Our percentage of playing the Rams is probably like 83%. But crazy things happen.
I would say between the Tampa Bay or Los Angeles is who we're playing.
Crazy things can happen the last week.
Oh, absolutely.
All division.
Absolutely.
Now there's no chance now, correct, that we play Dallas?
No, you wouldn't now.
Okay, there's no scenario.
Crazy that something happened. Let me see. Let's say if Seattle wins and it obviously doesn't matter for Green Bay. So we'll just have the Lions win because they might sit everybody.
Have Dallas beat us.
And then Dallas beats us.
Oh, big
loading.
Load. Big load. Oh, we knew it.
So there's only one way we can play Dallas.
Yep. That's how we play him. I knew the big load was bringing us into something, Ralphie. There was a big load, and I could smell us Cowboys. So San Fran would have to win.
Yeah, so the Seahawks would have to beat Arizona. San Fran would have to win. The Panthers would have to beat the Bucks, and the Lions would have to beat the Packers. Well, that game doesn't matter because the Packers get the number 1 seed no matter what. So, 49ers win, Panthers win, Seahawks win. Obviously, all the underdog teams, if they win and we lose, we get Dallas first round.
That's asking a lot for that.
A lot.
Your most likely scenarios is either the Rams or Tampa.
Correct. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So there's 8 scenarios where it would be. No, I'm sorry. There's 5 scenarios where it would be Tampa. There's 6 scenarios where it would be the Rams. In the first. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And then a very small chance for Arizona, and then only 1 chance for
Dallas.
Dallas, correct.
Yeah, so it's Rams or Tampa, and it's most likely Rams.
And who do you want? Who do you guys want? Because either way, you got to go there. So there's no.
Cooper Kupp probably has 15 catches on me.
Yeah, I don't want as much as I don't want. Obviously, it's not a scenario here, but we were talking about Devontae versus Slay, no good. I'm not too thrilled about Cooper Kupp Slay either. Now I feel good because obviously I don't have to deal with Robert Woods.
I still got OBJ though.
Oh God, I keep forgetting him. No, I don't want the Rams. I'm good. I don't want them.
I'll take them, but
I'll take anybody. I'm happy we're I'm happy we're here.
I don't know. Part of me would say you'd rather go to Tampa, but they'll carve you up. They can carve you up too. I mean, it's gonna be really important. This defense is gonna be really important on who we're gonna play. I mean, I would love to play the Cardinals like we talked about, but that's like unrealistic. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's most likely going to be the Rams, and at worst, it's going to be Tampa. And either place, I think you have a formula to go be able to beat somebody, right? But that being said, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I think there's more pressure on the Rams than there is on Tampa.
Yep.
So maybe if you look at the pressure side of things, could be a place where you could steal one, right? Which would really shock the world. I think that would shock the world way more than if you beat Tampa. Just with everything that's going on, right? Not saying you can beat them, not saying you will beat Tampa, just like it's shock level.
Mm-hmm.
Shock level, you go beat the Rams in their building, and they're out after everything they went and tried to do to get to a Super Bowl, and they're out round one.
Oh yeah, their GM literally said "F the picks."
What seed were we when we beat the Bears almost two years ago?
6.
Double doink.
6.
Was it 6?
I believe so.
They were a 3 seed.
Yeah.
But either way, you can go play with both of those teams. Now, I would say right now, you would probably assume the Rams are a little bit more explosive, but that might not be true though. Right? I mean, because Tampa is pretty explosive, even though they've lost guys. They still got Evans, they still got Gronk, they still got enough weapons. They got Brady. So I don't know. It's really pick your poison. It's what defense can you have more success against?
Well, you know what it is, Tom?
And that's hard to say, right? Because one's got Darnold, right, and Vaughn and Leonard Floyd and Jalen Ramsey, and the other one got a defensive front that can chew you up and spit you out too. So I mean, woo.
I think that the Rams definitely have a higher ceiling, but also they have way more of they're way more prone to mistakes. Not that Tom Brady isn't. I think he turned the ball over again this week, even against the Jets, and they are banged up. And obviously you had that game against the Saints, but the Saints bring pressure all the friggin' time. They don't have Jonathan Gannon back there. We do. So we can't compare ourselves to the Saints. It's that, okay, I think I have a better idea of what I'm getting against the Bucs, obviously, mainly just starting with Tom Brady and ending with him because we obviously know what he's like, both in the playoffs and just him alone. There is that question mark with, okay, Matthew Stafford, while they have been winning, and I got to see who they've faced, because here's where the conversation now shifts, fam. So everyone's talking about, who have the Eagles beaten? I have to see now who the Rams have beaten, because the conversation with them and a Bucs team, that's different because they're the team that's supposed to win in a couple weeks. We're not. So, Ralphie, can you pull up who they faced the last 4 or 5 weeks? The Rams?
Yeah, let me take this off and get it for you.
Because, while they've been winning, he can't wait to turn over the football. And I know they have Odell, who's been playing really well, and obviously Cooper Kupp, he's one of the best receivers in all football right now. And Cam Akers, you never know about him. And Sony Michel looks like he's turned a corner there. And their defense is obviously very good. And I feel like Jalen Ramsey is the forgotten guy there just because their defense is disgusting. But I just wonder, just to go back to our conversation when Tom and I were saying, listen, can we get a turnover? Can we get 2 turnovers in the first half? Would that shift the tides? Could it? Would it? Would we put ourselves in that situation? I don't know. I just think say it. What'd you say?
What'd you just say? Sorry.
I was saying that with Stafford, that's a team where, and again, just because there's more question marks about them, that they are prone to turn over the football a little bit more than Tom Brady and the Bucs. I feel like you get more of a controlled environment with Tom Brady. Could you force turnovers against Matthew Stafford knowing that, hey, he can't wait to turn over the football the last handful of weeks? Can you get that? Because I feel like if you force a couple of turnovers or even one in the first quarter, that could completely change the outlook of a game.
My only problem with them is I think they're way too explosive for us.
Oh, they have a higher ceiling. Yeah, well, that's why I have them. I mean, I had them as a Super Bowl team before all the signings, just because their ceiling is disgusting. But it's hey, could they lay an egg? Stafford, we know that he doesn't have a playoff win yet, right? And I know that's with Detroit, completely different team. I understand that.
Yes, he does not. He's never been out of the first round. That's
the other thing too. It's we're comparing. Would you rather see Matthew Stafford with an extremely explosive offense, but way less playoff success, or Tom Brady with obviously the GOAT, but a banged up team?
Oh, a banged up team. I mean, you're looking at the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to look at it like that. That's, to me, they're the champs, and somebody's got to take them down. And, does Brady have another run in them? The answer, I don't have the answer to that. Nobody does at this point. I mean, I'd be a moron to bet against Tom Brady on on him not going back to the Super Bowl again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm just a moron to bet against it. Not saying it will happen. I just wouldn't bet against him going. So I don't know. I don't know which way I would really want. Like if I pick it. I don't know. I guess the Rams, but they're gonna be trouble on turf too. So can we run the football on their front enough? Like, can we?
Ralphie, did you pull up who the Rams have faced the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go after their bye, which was week 11. So they played the Packers, lost week 12. Beat Jacksonville 37-7. Beat Arizona 30-23. Beat Seattle by 10, 20-10. And then beat Minnesota 30-23. And then just beat Baltimore 20-19 yesterday.
So there's some real teams in there. And again, I know they didn't have Lamar against the Ravens. I know the Vikings, they choked again, but that's a real schedule, you would say, right, Tom? Like, it's not like because I don't know if you heard this part, Tom, when you went off camera. Like, that's when the argument shifts to, okay, you can start dissecting their strength of schedule because they're expected to win this game. You know what I'm saying? To where, like, if they've won the last 4 straight and it was against the Jaguars, Houston, the Jets, and the Giants, okay, well, then you could be like, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a facade. But there's some real wins in that list that Ralphie just mentioned.
And then you have the Bucks as well. Their bye week was 9. They lost to Washington, beat the Giants, beat the Colts, beat the Falcons, beat the Bills in overtime.
They beat everybody.
They're real.
They're as real as you get. I'm not saying the Rams aren't real. But I think it's harder to run the football against Tampa than it is against the Rams. That's not saying that you can run the football well against the Rams. I think, but then I think that becomes a harder place to throw the football a little bit.
Yep.
So then how do you make up for that? So it's interesting. They're 19th in rush defense, so they're not great, but you still got Aaron Donald and you still got Leonard Floyd and Von Miller. You got pass rushers. So either way, it's not going to be an easy task. We knew this. You know what I mean? We knew this going into it. No matter which way, no matter where we end up going, isn't going to be easy. But I would tend to think you'd have more success running the football against the Rams than you will Tampa.
Yeah, I agree.
But you can throw the ball more on Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the saving grace in that game. So they both have their you know what I mean? Because you're playing 2 damn good football teams. So they're both going to have their things that you're going to be able to do. Listen, there isn't an easy one to pick. You know what I mean? And we're probably going to LA. And there isn't an easy one to pick. Like, I can't. I'm trying to talk about it so I lean one way or the other, right? And I can't.
No,
I can't lean one way or the other because the one thing the other team does really well, the other team still can do it well too, though. Like, so Tampa can still get after you too. So it's not like both have really good fronts. So you're going to find out. You're going to find out a little bit how good this run game is. You find out a little bit about, how good your backs are. Supposedly Miles, they're saying he might be back. But there isn't a place that I'm begging to go play in out of those two. Like, I'm not begging for you, but I'll go kick in your fucking door. And I guess the better door you have to kick in. Oh, my God. See, this is the difference. Brady's going. You zone him. He's going to know. Stafford's going to know what you're into. Don't get me wrong. But the problem is, okay, so he's quicker to get the football, rid of the football. The other guy's going to hold on to it a little bit more, looking for big plays, okay? But has more mobility, obviously, right? So can create some things that the other guy can't at this point. Oh, my God. Who fucking you want TB? Who built stop it? You want him. Nobody ever has said that. Nobody's ever in the history of sports said, I want Tom Brady. Like, hey, listen, we play what we got to go play.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go kick his door down. But I'm not begging for the guy. He's going to get rid of the ball fast. Stafford's not. Stafford, you have a better chance of getting home on, honestly, more consistently.
Stafford loves the big plays.
And their offensive line isn't the greatest.
No.
Tampa's offensive line is better than theirs.
Well, Ralph, you just mentioned so. Okay. So he thrives off the big play.
Sorry, he's 49, right? He's 49. Obviously, Tampa's O-line's better, right, guys? They're protecting a guy who's 90.
Yeah, he played a guy yesterday in Zach Wilson who was half of his age.
Yeah, literally half of his age.
Literally.
No, but Stafford's waiting for the big play.
Could that? And again, I'm not. This is Jonathan Gannon, so the trust is goes only so far with me and all of us. But could that kind of play into Jonathan Gannon's hands to where, oh, okay, they thrive and rely off the big play. Our defense, the one thing that it does consistently is eliminate the big play. So that could force him to have to kind of do something that necessarily he doesn't want to do.
Pretty well because of Cooper.
Yeah.
You know, you find a little bit about Avante because Cooper's going to be in the slot a lot. You probably have Slay on OBJ most likely in that situation.
Who are their tight ends? I know they've got like
Tyler
50.
Higbee.
Yeah, I was saying they've got like 50 of them there.
Yeah, they're offensively they're in a good situation. All right,
Yeah,
they're waiting for the big play, but they can also chip you apart too. This is why they're most likely going to be the 2 seed, right? I mean, you know, or the other team, the 3 seed, right? Like there's a reason that both these teams are probably going to be 2 or 3 seeds because they're legit. They're legit, but you can go beat legit. But your game's got to be perfect.
I worry too, and again, like I hear you, Umberto, when he was saying like, yeah, nobody can run the football like us. I get it, like I get it, but so we know, okay, you can run the football a little bit better against the Rams, at least on paper, than the Bucs. Well, here's the thing, okay? Say for example, and this is very possible because you know Aaron Donald exists. You know they've got some good guys up there. They have very good defense. If they are able to stop our rush and force us to throw the ball, then you're thinking, okay, well, Devontae's covered by Jalen Ramsey. No, sorry. Devontae's awesome, but no. Then you're forced to throw the ball, and it's like, okay, well, that team is built to stop the pass. So then you're like, okay, it's run, and as soon as you can't run, you're screwed. At least with Tampa, on paper, you have the option to be able to capitalize on throwing the football just because of health. You know what I'm saying? To where you at least have that option. Maybe not a good chance, but it's there for you.
Yeah, I just can't run there.
Oh,
I can't run there, and one, we can't run there because they're going to stuff you down. Like I said, there's no good place to go. There's no good place to go. But if you can stick to your formula, if you cannot turn the football over, if you can sustain drives, right, then guess what? You're going to be in this football game with a chance to win it.
It's like, and
I feel like that I'm more in the Tampa game. What was the score when we played them here?
The Bucs?
Yeah.
It was close.
Way closer than it was. It was I feel like it was a 2-possession game, but it was really like a 5-possession game. Let me check. And Samuel, yeah, I've heard of Vita Vea. I'm not saying their defense is bad. Nobody's saying their defense. We're weighing pros and cons, Samuel.
Yeah, there's not many pros with either one.
It's like, dude, is there a chance in hell we can have a performance like we did against the Saints? Because the Saints were the number 1 rush defense that week. And we ran all over.
No, listen, we have the ability to do it. 28-22. Okay. I mean, again, that's the game I'm going to feel like I'm in. It's a game I'm going to feel like I'm in. I don't know how that Rams game is going to shake out. Like, am I even in it?
I don't know what to do with my hands with that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be in it. We might match up perfect against them, and I just don't realize it, right? Like, I don't think we match up perfect against either or, right? But at least I have some sample size of like, okay, maybe I can stay in that game, right? Like, I don't know. Can I stay in the Rams game? I hope. I don't know. I don't have any evidence either way.
Would it bother you?
Playing, I would say we're in it because they haven't been like clicking on all cylinders.
No, it's been one or the other. It hasn't been full throttle yet.
And I think I would appreciate not having the fly cross country.
Yeah,
I might I'd rather have the 2-hour flight.
Can we get those COVID guys on a private plane like now? That way they're already out there. Can we get like a COVID plane? You know what I'm saying? That way they're already conditioned. They're already ready.
It's 28-7. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So either way, some uphill. You got some uphill sledding to do.
All right, fellas. Thanks for having me on. All right,
Ralphie.
Thanks,
Hope to go in a couple weeks, buddy.
Absolutely. See you, boys.
we're a different team. Bucks lost twice to a team without a QB. The Saints, yeah, but it's the same team twice.
It's
right?
just the Saints. It's just something with them. Is there clearly we're going to be bothered to a degree, regardless of who we lose to, if we lose the first week. But like, just based off of like level of like being bothered, would it bother you more not losing, like losing to Tampa in the GOAT, or could you just be like, we lost to Tom Brady, it's fine? Or like, would it bother you more losing to Stafford just because there's more question marks about him? Does that matter at all? Kind of like coping with the loss type thing.
All right, repeat that one more time.
So like we were talking a couple weeks ago, like if we had to play the Packers in the first round, clearly we don't. But like we were saying a couple Mondays ago, we would be like, oh, okay, we lost Aaron Rodgers, whatever, it happens. It's par for the course. Would you have that feeling like a Monday after, say we lose to Tampa, like, oh, we lost to the GOAT? Like, would that feeling still be there with the Rams, knowing, hey, their offense is really good, but it's Stafford. Like, he doesn't have the pedigree like the other two do, the other two guys do.
No, I mean, he does, but doesn't. I mean, he has
in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, playoff success, sure, yeah. No, I think all of them have the same feel to me. Like, I don't think I lost to a lesser quarterback because I lost to Stafford. You know what I mean? Like, not at all. I mean, he just needed to be in a better environment, and he is, and you can tell by their success. Well, why they're most likely going to be the 2 seed. So, but we are, like Umberto, we are the hottest team in football. So, that's got something that it says something. We got to be feeling a little bit good about ourselves that we can go play the type of football we want to play. But I think it's going to be the Rams, guys, and we're going to have to get ready for the Rams. But, I don't look at it different because of Stafford, though, to your point, Ryan. I mean, his numbers are there. It's just, he was on a terrible roster for years. But he's tough, and I think if he was in the right environment from day one, he would have a lot of postseason success.
Did you I have a slight Ben Simmons update, if you would like one.
There's another one.
Well, so the media asked Sixers acting coach Dan Burke about Ben Simmons.
He's going to say a lot.
Well, exactly. He completely gave him a non-answer. He says, I do not know if Ben Simmons worked out this afternoon. I did not see anybody. I was meeting with the coaches, and I did not see Simmons. Didn't see him. Didn't say he wasn't in the building, though. Interesting. Oh, and their starting lineup with obviously Maxey and Thibault out. It is Curry, Korkmaz, Green, Tobias, and Embiid. Should be fine against a Rockets team without Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Should be.
Steven, yeah, I know. Listen, I get he turns the football over, but he's still good. So, I mean, I'm not going to look at it bad on Monday if we lose to him.
Here's a question. So Donovan brings in Cowboys say they're planning on playing their starters. So knowing what we know, obviously, how they just lost Michael Gallup for the ACL yesterday. If you were the Cowboys, because really, I think the conversation on what we would do is kind of a moot point just because of the COVID stuff. It's kind of like we're not going to play starters, or at least a bulk of them. If you were the Cowboys, what would you do Sunday?
I play my starters because of the way I just played football the last time out. I can't afford to not play. You
don't want to go in there with 2 straight losses.
Not even losses, just like a bad outing at home and then not playing, right? Mm-hmm. So I know I want to get back out there and get that sort of that taste out of my mouth if I'm Dallas. So, I mean, it would make sense if they're playing their starters. And we're going to play the guys that can start for us. So, I mean, it's not like I don't think we're not looking to go into it not playing starters. If guys can't play because of COVID reasons, and then those guys won't play, but everybody else is going to play, and we're going to try to field the best team we can. So we're going to try to go beat them too.
You would play Jalen if he's healthy?
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I have to. I feel like, at this point, every rep is meaningful.
Okay. Every
look's meaningful. Everything he sees, right? Just everything becomes meaningful to me at this point. I got to trust in him not getting hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't play scared of guys getting hurt. I don't think anybody. Yeah, I don't think anybody would say Jalen shouldn't start or play.
No, like there's an argument maybe, if it gets out of hand, pull him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. You could always pull the shoot.
Steven, his ankle looked fine on that juke move yesterday.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
he's fine.
He's fine now. Is it a meaningless game though, John? I mean, when you have a chance for a 6 seed though, like you have a chance to go to a 6 seed and now play a 3 seed, which is going to be easier than playing a 2 seed, right? Like, wouldn't you want to give yourself that chance? I don't know. I mean, listen, there's two ways of looking at it. There is, but I mean, I'm gonna give a guy off just to give him off like he's his vet. Like I think he needs the reps. I think it's important to his growth.
Do you think Jeffrey and Howie will give Nick the ability to make the final call on that, or do you think that's going to be just like, hey, here's a list of guys that you can't play, you can play?
I would hope that's Nick's decision on his football team on how he wants to go about this game. I just think they're going to play their guys.
I do too. I don't think, again, if Nick has any input on it, Nick, for the small sample size that we've seen with him, he doesn't strike me as a guy who's just going to sit back and chill. He's very much a week in, week out guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to show you. We got another game to win, right? We're trying to get to 10 wins. That's an accomplishment, right? 10 wins looks a lot better than 9-8. Right. So, that 10-win number is always good for teams that they want to get there. It's not a meaningless game because you can get the 6 seed. So that's not meaningless. So there's nothing meaningless about it besides we clinch, right? Okay, we clinch. So it's meaningless in that aspect. But it's still a game that you want to go and get your starters some reps. I mean, listen, if you want to pull them in the fourth quarter, because the game's one way or the other, fine, be my guest. But you sure as hell got to play these guys at minimum half. And I don't even know if I pull it because we do such a good job of halftime adjustments. I would then want to adjust again. I would want to come out with halftime adjustments. So to me, I mean, I play them because momentum's a real thing. Momentum is a real thing.
And plus, I know this is very small, but it matters, especially the last handful of weeks where we've had to play on 4 days, 5 days of rest. Mm-hmm. We're playing on Saturday tonight, this week. So you've got that extra 24 hours.
Well, maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, they'll probably Saturday game us. That's true. The week after.
Mm.
Even though you notice the last handful of years they've been giving us that Sunday night spot just to prolong it, just to give us that extra 24 hours of stress.
Yeah.
We haven't been hit with that Saturday game in a while. It doesn't seem like.
No. And I'm good with the Saturday. Hopefully, the next week we don't play till Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I got I'd rather be a Sunday game. But either way, I mean, listen, we're in, and we should be trying to go win another football game right now, because you want to go in as
what 8 of 10, 8 of 10.
Yeah, more games you're winning in a row going in. Come on, these are young players, like Marky said. They need the reps. This isn't a time to shut it all down, right? Like, no, you're playing for positioning too. I mean, you have a chance to be a 6 seed. Would be an easier matchup than if you're the 7 seed. Think about it, people. It's just common sense. It's an easier matchup. I'm not telling you that it's a far drop off, but 2 to 3, 2 seed's probably the better team.
If the possible momentum you get, that say for example you go into this game, say we beat a Dallas team that's playing for something. People at home, you don't think you would get even more momentum than you already have? And you can say, "Oh, Ryan, if you try and you get blown out, then you lose it." No, because you already clinch. You don't lose.
We're playing for as much as we're playing for, though.
Yes.
Reality.
Yes.
So I mean, everybody's playing for the same thing. It's just playing for jockeying for positioning.
Yeah. Everything's gravy. Both of us have a ticket. Just we getting first class or we getting coach?
Yeah, you're trying to clean some things up. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody's trying to clean some things up. It's not like we put up 50 yesterday. It's like, give the boys a break.
Oh no, they weren't perfect. No,
yeah,
absolutely not.
So it's not like we won a football game, which at the end of the day makes it look perfect. But we weren't perfect, and we can use the reps and the work and the coaching after it. Come on. This isn't the time. This isn't the time of the year to be sitting guys down. I'm not a big believer in that because I feel like you want slow starts, sit your guys down for a week.
Yep, completely agree.
Sit your guys down for a week, and then you're guaranteed a slow start. Now, some of the teams that do that have such explosive offense, it doesn't matter because then they find it and they end up going and they end up taking care of business, right? But like when I'm on a veteran loaded team, I don't like the not playing starters. If I'm veteran loaded, I'll buy into it. Like we're constantly in NFC title games, like then I'll buy into it. You know what I mean?
I love these guys, especially when, hey, Nate, you can go back on every show I've been on. Never said Jalen Hurts stinks. Unless there's another green shirt guy on the screen. Tom, you're not wearing a green shirt guy, even though I don't even think you've said he stinks. Never said he stinks. Never said he stinks, Nate. But thanks. Bill says it's not an easier matchup. You just sat for 5 minutes trying to figure out who was a better matchup and you couldn't. So F the 6th seed, rather be healthy with our, especially with our history. So Bill, you don't want to play starters then. All right, Bill. Let's see here.
No, this is a starter game. I don't know why you would want not play starters, Bill.
No.
Come on, wait. If we're worried about Jalen getting hurt, then we shouldn't. Then I don't know what to tell anybody. I mean, then he shouldn't play next week either.
That's true. Sit him out.
Shut him down. Hold on, just handle the tab right there.
Let's see here. Yeah, easy money. Completely agree. Starters must play. Yeah, Bill, we'll agree to disagree on it, brother. We'll agree to disagree on it. Fam, I know when Tom gets back, we'll end the show with little biggest winners and losers from around the league. So we'll get you guys involved on it. Give me who you guys think could be a player, a coach, a team, a GM, whoever, around the NFL, who you thought was the biggest loser from this past week and who was the biggest winner. Tom and I will give out ours in a few. Let's see. And yeah, John, like we said, like you've got to at least play him for a half. If it gets out of hand, pull the parachute. Pull it. It's fine. But we should by no means be going into it saying, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? They looked perfect yesterday, so it's fine. MG, he says Devontae Smith is becoming a real deep threat. He can beat anybody downfield. He can beat anybody anywhere, MG. That's the best thing. And he's doing that with really no true protection around him. Nobody to truly take pressure off of him. You've got Goddard, but again, that's a tight end. That's just a receiver, not a full-on, wide receiver. He's obviously going to get better, and his job's going to be easier when you go out and you go into this offseason when you can spend money on, like I said, Mike Williams. I know this is way too early, but Mike Williams is at the top of my list because, one, a 6'4" Mike Williams to go alongside of a Devontae Smith on the other side, I think that's really, really ideal. But you're doing it with Rager, who he stinks. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. It's whatever. And Quez, he's at best a third wide receiver. He's okay, but he's not great. The last 3 games have been sloppy and inconsistent. No reason our starters should be sitting. Yeah, exactly. We didn't blow out a team by 50 yesterday. We won the game. Awesome.
No, you're not an old team. There's no place to be sitting starters. You need to go play and get the reps, especially your quarterback and your offensive guys. So, simple as that.
Umberto, yeah. If Devontae comes out on the good side of it, sure. I don't want to see that, though, to be honest. Because I'm trying to win. Not that you're not, but I'm good. Like you, Tom, I don't think you're looking forward to seeing like a Ramsey Devontae, right?
No, I mean I am in terms of like him being challenged like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like it's a good measuring stick game.
I mean, listen, if my quarterback's got to throw the ball enough to be able for that to even matter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to beat him at times. It's not like he's going to shut him down the whole game.
Tom, who's your biggest winner and loser from the week?
Wow. Oh man. Well, the Colts were my biggest loser.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't realize they lost that game until like 3 hours afterwards. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, they were a definite loser to me. And what other one did I take?
Did you take AB?
No, AB was my crumb.
Okay.
I don't want to overuse them.
No. We already did AB.
I think it was the Colts because like whatever, you just can't lose that game. You control your own destiny, and you're coughing that game up.
Yeah, it's bad.
Can't happen. And then, whatever, the Jags get 50 put up on them. That's disgraceful. Just hold the program. That's when you just sell the franchise.
Yeah, you got Mac Jones dancing.
There wasn't like a ton of. There wasn't a ton of that, right? Like most teams took care of who they were supposed to take care of, per se.
Yeah, and the bad teams were already dead.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not gonna lose to the Dolphins. I mean, I give a winner to the Titans for controlling their own destiny with the 1 seed.
I give them a win for this entire year. They've had to use 88 total players this year, Tom. That's almost like 40 some people on IR this season, and you're the number 1 seed. And Julio Jones has been out for like half the year, and he's been a shell of himself. AJ Brown has been out all year he's been off on. Derrick Henry, they lost him mid-season?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, they've had a ton of injuries. I mean, listen, the Giants have been a loser all year. So, that's a terrible franchise right now.
They're in year 4 of a rebuild, and they keep getting worse. We're in year 1 of a rebuild, quote unquote, and we made the playoffs. So all these freaking Giants fans coming on your post today. Oh, you guys only got in because you're bad. Okay, so what does that make you? If we got in because we played bad teams, you guys played the same teams, and you suck. So if we're still bad, what the hell does that make you? Forget people.
Dumpster fire.
Like, the Eagles aren't anything. You have like 4 or 5 more wins than you. The hell are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Right.
My biggest winner, Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow is awesome. Obviously Chase, he's great. But you beat Kansas City, you clinched the division. That's another team. It's like them and the Eagles. It's like nobody expected these 2 teams to be playoffs. And I think we came into the year thinking, okay, well, at least the Bengals have a really good offense and with Joe Burrow and a really young, exciting defense. And they're shocking the world. Now, I'm not saying they're going to the bowl, but if they can go in, and I don't know the scenarios with their seeding, but if they could come out of this in a couple of weeks winning a playoff game, that's a tremendous success for an organization that's been failing for years. Year 2 of Joe Burrow after the major injury, no one knew what Zach Taylor was. I was joking around saying, it's fine. Joe Brady's going to be the future Bengals head coach just because of obviously the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection. That guy might be coach of the year, Tom. He might be.
Could be.
So, credit to them. And that's a fun team. That's a really fun team.
No, it really is. It definitely is. They're a good football team, and listen, they do have some exciting pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
The Eagles are also a winner for getting in. That was sort of an hour and 25 minutes of them being a winner already. And MG says the Rams are overrated. I don't know.
Whoa, you see this Ken Rosenthal?
No.
League news. Ken Rosenthal officially out at MLB Network due to his previous criticism of Rob Manfred. MLB Network has officially cut ties with insider Ken Rosenthal. That is believed to be the end result of criticism that peaked in the summer of 2020 after Rosenthal criticized Commissioner Rob Manfred. Ken Rosenthal, a top newsbreaker, was the first kept off the air for around 3 months, according to sources, after he wrote columns in 2020 with the season in jeopardy due to the pandemic, analyzing Manfred's handling of the situation for The Athletic. So he was critical of an idiot commissioner, and they fired him.
Wow. That's typical of Major League Baseball.
Can't get out of their own way.
Nope.
One of their best reporters for I don't even know how long, majority of my life. It's a damn shame.
No, it's ridiculous.
I was hoping, because I got a breaking thing, Perk and Rosenthal. I'm like, oh, is baseball back? No. They're just firing reporters that are critical. Freaking sport. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a sport anymore because it technically doesn't exist. Yeah, Teddy's the Woj of the MLB. He's like OG.
Yeah, it's tough.
Why are people talking about Matt Corral? I love me some Matt Corral, but we're not getting him, fam. Oh, this. We would be I found it. Sorry, Easy Money. I found you. You're the source. We would be at the top seed of the NFC with Matt Corral as an elite quarterback. No way we lose to San Fran or New York. Okay, well, all right. I like Matt Corral, but okay.
Yeah.
I know. You're not. That's. I know.
Yeah, I don't dislike him. You know what I mean? I don't dislike Matt at all. I love that he played in that game.
Oh yeah, whoever gets him, they're getting a warrior, that's for sure. And he's okay, right? He's not going to be any concern as far as major injury.
No, that's what I heard. I heard he was okay. What did you hear?
I didn't. I just heard you guys. I think you guys mentioned it last night, and I was just confirming.
I wasn't sure if you heard something different. Yeah, I heard he was going to be all right.
Bobby says the Rams 4 losses: Titans, Cardinals, Packers, and 49ers. Not sure how someone could say that they are overhyped. They are legit. The one team I do not want to see. Yeah, Bobby, like Tom and I were saying, and Ralphie, it's kind of pick your poison.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's hard to say I'm pounding the door down for this group. This is what I want to see. I'm not trying to do that.
No, we'll get hype in a couple of weeks or next week because it's okay, it's playoff week and all that, but we're going to be realistic about ourselves. It's an uphill climb. But again, we start at the beginning of the show. It's a tremendous success just to be able to have the conversation. And yeah, young Das, I don't think Tom and I are going into it saying we're losing by 50. Now, could we lose by 30? Yeah, probably. But we can absolutely put up a fight.
Yeah, we can put up a fight. And we could win a game. That's why you play them. But you need to be able to do the things you do well. And if you can do the things you do well, you can be in a dogfight with a chance to win it. That's all we're looking for. All right? Would love an extra week. Would love an extra week. Would love to feel this city with an extra week.
Jeremiah, thank you. Yeah, you're probably just joining us. Tom and I were talking about that a little earlier. Definitely start them. And if it gets out of hands, you can pull after a half or so.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's even necessary, right?
Mm-hmm.
But appreciate the super chat, Jeremiah. But I play them. I continue to get their chemistry better and better. Let them continue to see things, especially for some of the younger players. Run the ball. Use play action. They're the important things.
Bobby, we were told that with his former teammate too. Right, Tom?
Yeah, I don't know who said Jamar can't play on the outside because Jamar played a lot on the outside.
No, that wasn't the concern with him. It was that all he could do was play the outside. All he could do was do 2 routes.
My concern was this: everything felt like it was deep balls. So okay, not taking anything away from him, then he didn't play for a year. So there was those question marks. You know what I mean, Bobby? So I mean, listen, I'll say it. Guy's a fucking pimp. Prove me wrong. Not that I didn't think he could play, just I didn't know how good he was going to be. But he is the real deal. Absolutely. And that's a great quarterback too. And they have that connection already, which is so important. And you can see it paying off. Jeremiah says to sit the starters at half. I guess he means regardless.
Oh yeah, start them up until the half.
Yeah, depending. I don't know. Because at that point you're trying to win a football game.
Well, it's a feel thing, Tom. I think that's what Nick's kind of opinion was, at least this morning before all the COVID stuff. It's like, I don't think it does them any good to make a decision on how they're going about the starting sitting thing today on a Monday or even on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Feel it out on how the game's going. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to missionary it. Feel it out.
No, I mean, you should just go try to win a football game and let everything go from there.
Yeah.
Yup, Caleb Williams out at OU. I saw that he entered the transfer portal. I wonder where he's going to go. It's crazy. They lost both their quarterbacks now.
Before we jump out, I want to read you guys this little scenario via Adam Beasley, and we'll put it on the socials later, fam. He says, here's something that is totally bonkers. If the Colts lose to the Jaguars on Sunday, again, fam, probably not happening, but just go with it. If the Colts lose to the Jaguars on Sunday, the Raiders and Chargers would both make the playoffs with a tie. Literally, there would be no motivation for either team to do anything other than kneel it out 15 times each. So the only scenario where both teams could make the playoffs, and they're facing each other this week, is if the Colts lose, which apparently would be beforehand, according to this guy, and then those two would get in if they tied.
Wow. Do they play the later game?
I think so. Yeah, Sunday night. It's for everything.
Oh my God, could you imagine a Neil Fest? That'd be hysterical.
Oh, ESPN would burst into flames.
That's how they both get in. Oh my God. That's too funny.
Little handshake agreement in the locker room. Hey guys, listen, we're gonna play all of our backups. Little 3-3 game.
What do you mean, D Hurts? ATD, a playoff game is never enough. Nobody needs you. I don't know. We've been talking about a playoff games more than enough here. We've been talking everybody else off the ledge, but appreciate it. Jeremiah, not as concerned with winning as with prepping. Yeah.
Yes.
But with prepping comes winning, right, Jeremiah? With the prep, you want that to translate, right? You want your prep to translate on the field. That's important, right? That's important as a young group. But I hear you. You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I just think you need that. You need not only to prep, you need to be able to then that prep the work.
Bobby says, I got something for you, Rye. If the Raiders and Jags win, the Steelers could get in with a win tonight. Good Lord. That's right. Tonight could be Big Ben's final game at Heinz. We forgot about that.
No, it's final. It is. It's final.
Not giving them a chance with the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't. I'll hold my breath on that one for the Big Ben fans. Jose says, appreciate the super chat. Start them all and kick the crap out of Dallas. That's also fun.
I'll take that.
I mean, listen, maybe somebody gets hurt, Samuel. I don't know. But you can't bubble wrap.
Listen, I'll tell you this, Samuel. I'll tell you this. If we have like a questionable, you know what I'm saying? Even if Quez, hell, if Rager's questionable, pull everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the sign. That's the sign I need. All right, get everybody out. You know what I'm saying? Fire alarm it.
If somebody's like gets hurt early on, then maybe you change it. But you're playing football, and you got to hope that guys won't get hurt because you don't want to play like that. And again, you still want that feel good going into the postseason of just like winning another football game. It's a good thing for a young team.
Umberto says, Ryan, Tom, if we end up beating Green Bay in the playoffs, would you still want Rodgers to start over Hurts in the following year? Just curious what you guys think. No, because it's not fair to Jalen. That means you would be a winner of 2 playoff games. I love Rodgers, okay? Nothing would make me happier to have him as the quarterback of the Eagles. But one, he's never coming here. He's not coming here. And two, it wouldn't be right for a quarterback to win 2 playoff games, be way cheaper than Rodgers, way younger than Rodgers, and to be like, oh, sorry, kid, you're gone.
Yeah, you can't do that. That won't happen. No shot.
That'd be dirty. That would make the whole Carson situation be like, oh, you think that's filthy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a hold my beer.
That's worse than drafting a guy after paying him.
Uh-huh.
That's, hey, because the other guy never won a playoff game. That's saying this guy won 2, and then we're going to get somebody who's like way older? Jesus, Howie, how do you sleep at night?
Yeah, I don't know how. You got to be looking over your shoulder.
That's a lot of filth.
Looking over your shoulder all the time. Thinking somebody's coming in. I agree, easy money. It's not something we've had a ton of. I mean, you got to go play. You got to go get better.
I'm knocking on every wood thing I've got in here.
Yeah, we aren't getting Rodgers.
No.
Listen, I won't even be talking about quarterbacks right now because as it's going, he gets another year. I mean, we made it to the postseason. I mean, that's got to count for something. It's got to count for something.
Talking about a defense, maybe another receiver and a new defensive coordinator. Sure, I'll have that conversation.
Yeah, I would love it. Love a new defensive coordinator. Saying that now,
yeah.
If they come out and play lights out in the playoffs, then maybe I don't.
Head coach Jonathan Gannon. I can't believe that report is real, Tom, that he's an actual consideration.
And they give it to everybody. Everybody's a consideration.
That is like, shut Brady down in the playoffs, shut Stafford down, force 3 picks. Yeah, Jonathan Gannon's looking like a genius. Send him to the Jags.
Yeah, until he wears the sunglasses inside the building.
I can look past it.
And then they'll be out on him. they'll definitely be out on him.
A playoff win and getting him out of here. Oh God!
If we win a playoff game, I mean,
He's gone. He's out.
I would think I'd want him back.
Nah, I'm good. No, you know what? Because he deserves a coaching. He deserves a promotion. Not by us, but by somebody else.
No.
Never by us, ever. I'm telling you, he'll be like our Corey Unlin. He was our secondary coach for 4 years? Oh, Detroit, you want him to be your defensive coordinator? Have a day.
Colin, I mean, he deserves credit. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, Anthony Harris and Nelson were good 1-year deals that helped you out defensively. You know, you tried to get 2 other veterans that obviously didn't, in Eric Wilson and Kerrigan's playing, but you know how that's going. So, you know,
is he playing? Is he?
You did, yeah, you did. You did what you could do, given the circumstances, to try to help your roster out, and you drafted well. And you know those draft picks are getting meaningful snaps. All your first 3 rounds are. So, I mean, in terms of that, you know, you get a really good grade this all season because those 3 pieces are the reasons are a main reason on why you're a playoff team.
Yep.
And Devontae and Landon Dickerson and Milton, who plays a lot of snaps, especially as the season's going on. You know, he's playing a lot more snaps. So, we got the Sports Hounds coming up shortly whenever I guess this wants to connect for them. Oh, my God.
Oh, what are we? Is there something happening? I need to see. Oh, I see now.
Oh, my God.
I didn't see that until now. Now I understand. I should check my phone one more time then.
Could be cruising.
Speaking of firestorms.
All right, guys. It was a great show.
Yes.
You got the Sports Sounds coming up next, followed by the boys on the Fight Zone later on the night. Everybody, enjoy your night. Enjoy some Sixers. All right, get a W tonight.
Maybe.
Good vibes going. Ben's in the house to watch you. So,
reportedly,
you know, really play hard for the new guy. You know, show him what you're all about.
Show him that Philly love that he hasn't experienced ever, clearly.
And listen, I'll say it again. I'm proud of this football team. I'm proud of Nick Sirianni. One thing Jeffrey Lurie deserves a lot of credit for, it looks like right now too, is hiring head coaches. He's doing a good job in his tenure of that. And this looks like the makings of another one. So hopefully that continues to be true, and Nick continues to win football games here. But I mean, I'm proud of a group that nobody expected to do it, get in, and that's always a big bonus for me. And now we're house money city. Let's go kick in somebody's fucking doors and take their lunch money. All right, that's all we gotta go do. Go fucking pound the football, 60 minutes, run it down somebody's fucking throat, impose your will, and maybe you can, maybe you can steal one.
Just real quick, this for the road, because we did this out of spite at the beginning of the year. We introduced this. We could do it now, and it's actually genuine.
Here we go, EAGLES, Eagles. Oh my God.
Now we don't have to laugh at it anymore. We can laugh with it.
What was that from?
It was when we were, remember the second H of the three H's? We were the haters, so we introed the show with that. So we wouldn't be labeled as haters.
Yes, that's right. Because
when we were 2-5, but hey guys, EAGLES Eagles.
Yeah, because I was very critical of the quarterback at that point.
Yes.
And
at that time, be with a 2-5 football team.
Yeah, at that point, rightfully so. And again, credit to the puppy for getting better, right? I mean, ain't nobody got a problem with you getting better. Oh my God, the biceps. I can't. I'm
not even watching it. I'm not letting them.
I can't.
I didn't even turn it on yet. I'm not letting them get me down.
I can't. They're down 4. It's early. It's early.
Is it?
Guy just misses a runner. Though. I just can't. I can't.
Oh, yeah, he's got about 7 of those a game.
8-0 run. Houston said nobody ever. Great show.
Without their 2 best players. Yeah, good stuff.
We'll continue to talk this week. It is Cowboys week, so it's a big one, and we head into the postseason. But go Eagles, go Sixers. Go Flyers. Yeah, fly or die.
We're gonna have to get a Flyers.
Here we go, EAGLES Eagles. Oh my God. Fly or die.
Bring it to Broad. Bring what to Broad?
Bring what? It hasn't been
another firing. Another firing.
Hasn't been the Broad in 40 years. What are you bringing to Broad?
You know what's funny? I love that we're doing this too, because some Flyers fans, I could just hear them at home getting so upset.
Oh yeah,
insecure they are. How dare you? You don't talk about them, and when you do, you crush them. They suck.
Well, I always tell people why we do. We have a whole show dedicated to the Flyers on ACD. Yeah. So we talk about them. But there's a lot of other things that are just, I'm sorry, are bigger than them.
I'm sorry. There's teams that win, not teams that bring back hold coaches and talk about, oh, remember that one game in the 70s? Yeah,
they love it. They love circle jerking former players. Anything former, they love bringing back home.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go, Flyer. Yeah, go Flyer. Somebody put Ben in the game, like Bill said. Where's Ben at? All right. All right.
Can play goalie.
Yeah, stay tuned for the. Oh my God! I mean, these guys, the codes. This is just.
Restream, here we come.
Oh my God! This is a mess.
No. We just can't have nice things.
No, nice is an understatement. I mean, this is like.
Thought we turned the corner.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, new year, new us.
Reels are rocking. Oh.
New year, new code is what we are. New year, new code.
Yeah, new error.
Everybody knows what you're talking about, which is hysterical.
I'm probably suspended for a friggin' year now.
I
think it's under my account too. I think I'm suspended for a year now, Tom.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm serious.
Was it yours?
I think it was.
No, it was. It was
either me or Jake.
It was Jake's.
Right, well, Frank, you're up.
No, he needed Greg to do his for some reason.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
We're deep into this.
I smell a playoff loss now. He's in the back end of the system.
Jake's out for 2 days. And for some reason, just Frank.
Bill, that's a private Instagram, Bill. That's on a private Facebook. That's not public, Bill. We don't talk about the PJs.
It connected earlier. He said, I went to check and ran into an issue. But good show. Great show. We thank you to Fan Up for bringing every Monday to us, and they are the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. I'm telling you, it's the best. Go download it right on the Apple Store. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's Fan Up. Go challenge me. Come challenge me in something. Give me something. Give me a little challenge. All right? Stay tuned. I assume the sports sounds are going to be up here shortly when Connection Gate's over. Why are we not on Facebook now? Are we off?
Oh my God, we're off. Oh my God.
Are we not on Facebook? Our whole one got disconnected? No, yeah, we're off. That's fun. All right. Well, we're still here. See you guys. Unbelievable.